Sweet.
Wade broke it.
Yep.
What was that?
I lost my other voices. That's the one that I've got now.
No, you lost them.
How'd you lose?
Okay, I can bring them back. I don't know.
They should still be stuck in your presets.
All right,
That was so sad.
Tyler.
Yes.
Tyler, let's focus on you for a second, buddy. Let's bring this down.
All right.
Let's bring it in.
So
you went and you had spoken to the guy.
I spoke to the
him,
guy,
and
and
he
I told
said-
him he wanted Thonk's approval,
Mhm.
and I said I was going to go get Thonk, and Baishra takes 3 steps, draws his bow, turns around, and fires straight at the guy.
At who?
At the big, tall, giant orc man.
The one that is challenging.
The one that I'm challenging.
He's like,
Do I have
yeah. I'll
advantage
get
on
Thong's
the shot?
permission. Step. Ah!
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. Do I have advantage on the attack? Because definitely not expected.
I would need a deception check to make it unexpected.
All
Because
right,
he's
you want me
literally
to-
staring at you, right? So deception check to make it unexpected. Because he might think that your way of getting Thonk's attention is to fire an arrow towards Thonk instead of, at his face. So
Okay. So, all right. So a normal deception check.
yeah, I'll allow a deception check on this. Just kind of hoping for any little ones there. Give me 1 second. Really quickly, because he's not a very intelligent or wise person. But he still gets to roll insight. Okay. Well, you almost tripled his number.
All
Sounds
right.
about right for an orc.
So he has no idea that the attack is coming.
Okay.
You are going to get, like, this is a surprise.
Oh wait, are you using your Didn't you just get a special bow?
No, I have. They both do the same thing. I have Heartseeker, which I don't remember what Heartseeker's ability.
Well, no, I apologize. Didn't the special
He gave
counselor?
me a dagger. He didn't give me a bow.
Oh, I thought you got. Okay, my mistake.
What was Heartseeker's ability again?
Oh, I thought it was on here. Heartseeker was 3 times a day. Was it 3 times a day you can give yourself advantage on the attack roll with it or something like that? What was Heartseeker's ability? Is that what it was?
So can you get super advantage?
What does super advantage mean?
I
I
don't
have to
know.
roll 3 times.
I'll have to find out what Heartseeker does because now I don't remember off the top of my head.
Automatically roll a crit and they die.
I hope that's what it is.
Insta kill anything that you're fighting. Super advantage.
You only get to use it once on anything. He uses it on Trini.
Once per day.
No, this is Tronny probably that I'm shooting at. Based on the fact that I deceived him.
Even for an orc, Trunny seemed pretty stupid.
he did seem exceptionally stupid, even by orcs.
You're calling your
standards.
biggest fan stupid? He loves you, Wade.
Yes. The rest of my fans just see what I say about them. Don't leave.
You're a terrible person, Wade.
I know, I'm turning into Mark.
Who's that?
Carpenter?
Oh, okay. I can't.
Mark the
even-
Carpenter.
Yeah.
I can't
And
even
in some
find it.
alternate universe, I'm sure, actually.
All right. I honestly, I'm trying to find the notes. I know it was activated 3 times a day. I think it just gave you advantage on an attack roll 3 times a day. Like, that's what was so incredibly powerful about it because of the fact that you are a rogue. But either way, you draw your bow and you fire. What is your other magic bow that you use? It's the
Short bow of warning.
yeah. So you're gonna use Heartseeker, I imagine. So you draw it out. You take your fire, and
Do
you
I have
can,
an advantage on the shot then?
Yep, because you caught him surprise round
I mean, they both do. All
or
right.
surprised.
Heartseeker does a little bit more damage, so.
Good, good.
Nice.
Alright.
Awesome. You hit.
So I'm gonna roll my damage
Mm-hmm.
and then roll my sneak attack as well.
Mm-hmm.
So 17 points of damage.
All right, 17 points of damage. Thank you very much. Now you have to roll for initiative. Now you actually have to roll for initiative. Just because it's the mini that I have up, I'm going to be using this funny little mini right here. So I'm just gonna, don't forget to highlight your mini before you press initiative, okay?
Yep. Where's
Why
my
are you always using Minnie? Can't you use Mickey instead?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Oh God. Wait.
Ooh.
Never.
This
Never.
is the
Just
plot of
wait,
Kingdom
just-
Hearts.
Just can we mute you like for the rest of the stream? Is that
Oh
possible?
boy, I'd like that. You won't. No balls.
I rolled a natty one. I rolled a natty one on my initiative. What the fuck?
Well, you know, it's Scott's house rule that if you roll a natty 1 on initiative, you lose your action for that round.
Ah!
And I get to go again, right?
This is-
Because I rolled first.
Wade, you should have been playing D&D with us for like the past 20 years, homie.
You would have made Mike's life happy.
Imagine putting him and Dave in the same campaign for like longer than we did.
like
I'm talking
Dave-
like a at home campaign.
Dave and Nick.
Oh yeah.
Why? What would Dave and I have done long term, Mike? Would we have ruled the galaxy?
Your memory for house rules plus Dave's way of manipulating numbers would have just been it would have been a
I was trying
match
to
made
remember
in
what
heaven.
happens on a natty one, but
Literally, that's it. He has no action.
All right. It's your turn, sir.
What's the distance between us?
Honestly, because you would hollering over to, I imagine 50 feet, nothing crazy.
All right. So, I will go ahead and shoot.
throw your
again.
dagger at him. Just whoosh.
I'm not gonna throw my dagger at him.
Or Trini at him?
And I'm guessing I already had advantage on that one. If we find out what does Heartseeker do,
That's straight
because
like
I
a-
could
I'm almost positive 3 times a day as a bonus action, you can activate it, and it makes it so your next attack this turn, you get advantage on it. And since you only get 1 attack a round, that means 3 rounds in a row, you can give yourself advantage.
Yeah. Is chat able to confirm that? I just want to make sure we're using it correctly. I'm sorry.
What was
chat
it?
just confirmed it. Minion 777 said it.
No, you liar.
No, it's not an actual item that exists in D&D. It was an item I gave to you.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't
So
even from Patreon. It was an
So
item I gave to you.
So I have advantage on this shot then.
Yep. So a 15. Ooh, does that miss? Please tell me that misses. Please tell me that misses. Where is yours?
Some naked orc.
Let's see. Let me click on the wrong tab. AC is 15.
There you go.
So I miss.
No, you hit.
No.
Oh, you hit.
That
Yeah,
means you
yeah.
just barely hit.
Barely hit it.
So I got to roll damage then.
Good thing you had
Oh,
advantage
no.
there.
I'm max damaged.
Roll your sneak attack there, buddy.
I get a sneak attack too?
Anytime you roll with advantage, you gain a sneak attack.
Oh.
5e rogues, baby.
Wow.
21 more points of damage.
Okay, this is not going so well. Now, your turn was bonus action, activate Heartseeker. Your action to fire. Do you do anything with your move, or do you just stand still?
Basher would probably stand still. He knows he's going to be charged at, so he's just kind of bracing himself and getting prepped to take, because he wouldn't let the guy get to him first. He would kind of step towards him and make his action before he got to him.
Cool.
So,
It's
in
his turn. He moves up 30 feet.
All right, that's all you did.
That's all I can do. I rolled the natty one.
All right,
It's
Heartseeker.
your turn, buddy.
For
Bonus action again.
How
After
do you try to persuade him to stop shooting at you? Roll for persuade.
that's not nice to shoot orc.
You hit.
Yeah, that's a definite hit.
So he, of course, did scream and, oh, as he ran at you and everything, of course.
If you had advantage again, you get a sneak attack.
He does. He did. Yes, once around. Yay.
21 more points of damage.
But one of the things that you notice is even though you did an attack just as good as your attack last time, for some reason, this time, as he ran forward, as he let out that scream of, "Roar," you can see that he seems to have just been kind of like something went live in his mind, and he just doesn't care anymore. The first arrow surprised him, hurt him. Grr! The second one also caught him off guard. Grr! And then he starts running at you. Grr! And as he does so, this other arrow, you take a shot, and it's just as nasty as the one before it, but he just doesn't care anywhere near as much. Just small grunts, not a big one. And he continues rushing forward. But again, you did your bonus and your action. Do you do anything with your move?
I
Hide a tree.
Climb.
I will try and get so he can't run directly at me. I'll kind of try and I'll sprint and kind of get behind him. Because that just kind of what a rogue should do, and what I think Beishra would do.
It's gonna want to like more or less one of those as he's running at you. You're just gonna kind of like more or less we can play this out thematically. Like as he gets closer, you're gonna like jump to the side and kind of like tumble to be behind.
Sidestep, yep,
Yeah.
and then
Gotcha.
get behind him. Yep.
I mean, it's not gonna do anything mechanically, but it looks wicked awesome. So he is going to on his turn continue rushing towards you. As he's rushing towards you, the whole while he was drawing out this big axe that he had with him, this massive great axe. It's like, "Arr!" And he's gonna come swinging this thing in your direction, boyo. All right, here we go. Oh no, where'd you go? There you are. Here we are to save the day. It's a plus. Cool. So he makes his attacks against you. Where are you? You're not Vice Lord. Where's Syax? This one. Beishra, not Syax. Sorry. I wanted to do Beishra. So as he attacks you, you can see he comes at you attacking with abandon. It's literally one of those things. You can see that he is throwing everything into the strikes that he has here. However, while that's frightening, and you certainly hope you can dodge out of the way of the attacks, the good news is he's leaving himself open for attacks coming back at him. More or less, he's
Before, when I moved, I had put my bow back, by the way, because I knew it was getting in close range.
grabbing your dagger, of course.
Yep.
So more or less what he's doing is he's taking advantage on his attacks, but you're going to have advantage on your attacks back.
Mhm.
All right, here we go. Wait, make sure I get my correct chance to hit. Plus, all right, just to make sure I have that right. And it's Okay, so Beishra, sir, the first attack against you ends up being a miss. Like you did your quick little sidestep and everything. You jump to the side, you jump back the other way, and he drew out his axe, and he just goes swinging, and his swinging ends up sending him literally turning about on his heels. He has to shift his weight between his right heel to his left and whatnot, as he does literally like a pirouette because of how hard his swing was, leaving him completely open to you. And you literally get your dagger at the ready, like drawing it as he's doing this prepared to attack. But then you're genuinely surprised by how quickly he was able to regain his balance and turn that pirouette into like a planted foot and another mighty swing in your direction. A swing that connects and does to you 17 points of damage.
All right.
Well, this dude's clearly got over 60 hit points. How many hit points do you all got? I got 40.
I had 39. Now I'm down to 22.
Like a healthy boy. Well, no, because I guess the last attack might have done like half damage if he's raging or something.
So, all right. So he hits me, and now that's all his actions, correct?
Unfortunately.
All right. So I guess my bonus action will be to cover my awesome dagger of venom in its own venom that's inside of it.
I think it's actually an action, not a bonus action.
It's an action,
I'm pretty sure.
so it would make it so I couldn't attack then.
Correct.
All right.
Or you could just stab the man.
No, I have a better idea. I'm covering my.
You can use it. You can use an action to cause a thick
All right.
black poison. Yep.
So I'll use my action to cover my dagger with venom, and instead I'll kind of use that as a decoy to hopefully drawing his eye and going in for a bite, using my hungry jaws.
I'm pretty sure there's an action as well. Oh no, actually, there's a bonus
it's a
action.
bonus action.
Ah, that's right. Ah, good for you.
So I stacked them.
That's right. You're
All
smart.
right. So this is without. I do have advantage on it as well, because of his strikes were with reckless abandon. All right. Let's get this. Really?
Oh,
Yep.
that's awesome.
How do you roll an 8 or a 6? What was it? An 8, 9, and then a 3, 4 back to back?
Hey, and now it's his turn.
Not
And he
back to
literally,
back.
it's one of those things where you're coating your dagger and you literally try to lunge yourself and bite at him. But it's like as you go to bite at him, he leans into it. So you go to take a bite at him, like shoulder, whatever it is. And he ends up like throwing a forearm into your mouth. It's kind of like one of those, put your hand too far into a dog's mouth for it to bite down. You can feel just kind of, as you like your jaws like
A finger
wait,
goes in, you go to chomp it, but it's the tooth you were missing.
oh. Oh, jeez. All right, so
That's good.
So
All right.
so he it's now his, and he literally, as he comes to bear, you guys are now done spinning and twirling and thrusting and all that stuff. You know, he's finally standing in front of me. He goes, "Weasley, little rat. Now my turn." And he's and swings at you with the axe. Once again, every action he makes is just leaving him completely exposed to you. And I mean, because he's wearing a loincloth, the big leg motions he's doing, more ways than one. So it's
Why would you want to bite an orc? Yeah. I know
Hey.
you're hungry, Tyler, but not like that's desperate, man.
I'm not desperate.
Is there no other food?
I do not want green eggs and orc.
Okay,
I
so
do not want them. Sam, you dork.
all right. The first attack, he comes at you with the first attack, and it deals. So he hits you. My apologies. His chance to hit is actually an 18. So he comes swinging at you with the axe, and hits you for 9 points of damage with the axe again. So this is one of those like it's almost like an out wide as opposed to overhead. It's like an out wide left to right chop, and you come jumping back. Narratively, it barely misses you as you come jumping back. You can feel the blade cutting open your clothing and everything. You can feel the whoosh of it. Throws you off balance, but it doesn't actually slice your leg open or anything like that, but your gut open or anything like that. But that doesn't matter because similar to before, this time purposely having the perfect balance, pirouettes, and this is like a graceful pirouette, comes around, plants the foot with an overhead chop coming down at you. This chop comes delivering such a blow, you just barely are able to avoid getting skewed, getting your head lobbed off from it. You take another 11 points of damage. That's a total of, 20 points of damage. As this thing comes crashing down, and you literally have to go down with the blow intentionally. Similar to when you were trying to stealth before, you literally drop down to stay underneath the edge of the blade, so it only gouges into your shoulder and whatnot, but doesn't kill you. You immediately pop back up to your feet, your dagger in hand fully coated, but probably blood pumping. I don't know how much you have left at this point.
I mean, I was gonna say the second attack was gonna be uncannily dodged.
Ah!
So it would do 6 instead of 11.
No, 5 instead of 11.
All right.
As your reaction to do that?
Yeah.
Fucker. Oh, so you can take half damage.
Yeah. So with my next action, I'm gonna go with that dagger, and obviously with advantage here. So if I hit, I get sneak attack. Please hit. Are you serious? Are you effing kidding me? I've rolled more 4s in my life in the last 8 rolls.
The algorithm's all effed up.
You're doing great, Tyler. I believe in you.
Well, I'm pretty sure I'm about to be dead.
Don't worry, I can revivify.
Not necessarily. So your action is to attack with a dagger, and you come swinging, and he has all these exposed open areas, and he swings at you with a dagger. Unfortunately, he's not able to actually make a connection with you. He's not make a connection with you. He's not actually able to connect the blow. He's not actually able to hit you. Now, that was your action. You still have your bonus and your move. You could disengage and try to run away. What's your speed? 30 feet?
Yes.
So I should say strategically relocate. But 30 feet, he'd easily be able to come up to you and still attack you, and so you did nothing well. You could choose instead to take the attack of opportunity of running away and double move, moving 60 feet away, meaning that he would have to spend his whole turn coming up to you, but wouldn't actually be able to attack you. So more or less what you're doing is you're strategically relocating, allowing him only 1 attack instead of 2. But he gets it now instead of later, so you don't have your reaction. So you're kind of playing the odds. Have your uncanny to try to have it with whatever health you have left, or
Play for life.
or run away. But you won't have your reaction until... Oh, actually, no, your initiative... Never mind, you do have your reaction, because it's the top of initiative. You could try to run away, and if he hits you, reaction it off. Never mind. He's
All right.
bottom initiative, your top.
So I don't need to disengage then.
You choose not to disengage. You choose a double move to dash instead, and
Yeah.
you take the attack of opportunity against you.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you understand mechanically what I'm suggesting?
Is that if I double move, then and I have that reaction ability to where he wouldn't hit me.
Correct, and he gets a free attack against you, but then he has to spend his whole turn catching up to you, so he won't even be able to attack. Yeah.
So
All right, cool. So I'm going to be taking my free attack against you as you try to do that. He does still have advantage on this attack because explicitly the way that the reckless thing works is, where's it written? Gains advantage on all melee attacks during that turn. No, I don't get advantage because this is top of initiative. This is another turn. Actually, I didn't foresee that one in my.
Oh no.
Shh, you.
I'm sorry you don't get initiative.
Shh, you.
Terrible.
I hope
I'm
you
not
miss.
fighting you. I didn't choose to attack you.
I get the total of a 7 on my chance to hit. I rolled utter garbage.
Good, because I rolled utter garbage twice, so eat it.
We've been rolling utter garbage all night.
I haven't had a roll yet.
Tyler's had like 8 rolls of 4 or less.
Would I be able to hear this battle?
Oh, there's chanting.
Yeah.
More to more
Oh, I'm now 60 feet away, from him. Correct.
Can I yell at Baishra to not die?
Don't die, Beishra.
Can I roll for persuasion?
Go ahead, you roll to persuade him not to die. I want him to roll 20. Roll 20, take it. Oh. He rolled very high. You took a high die roll in the algorithm. So anyways, you double move 60 feet. So just describe your character's strategic relocating. Totally not fleeing.
Essentially, what Baisher would have done is he wouldn't have just kind of ran away. He would have done something where he would have stepped on since the great axe as it was in the ground after the missed swing, pushing off of it and taking cautious movement and speedily getting away to having a distance between them again, realizing how much damage he's already taken from the great axe swings.
Mm-hmm. He just kind of rips the axe out of the ground, which takes him a couple of moments, turns, roar, and rushes at you. He double moves. He's now standing more or less adjacent to you. If you were trying to run away again, he would get another attack against you, same as before. But that is his whole turn.
But if he got to me, I have the. Where's that ability?
Oh, I just realized what you're talking about.
My natural.
Oh, and you didn't use your reaction this time. So if you do that, though, you use your reaction. Oh, it doesn't matter because... Oh, I hate you. It's Cunning Artisan. No, what is it called? Athlete, Cunning Action, Skirmish. Skirmisher, yep. Half your speed.
So he moved within 5 feet of me.
Yep.
And I can move my full move. Or half my speed, so I can move 15 feet away.
So you actually move 15 feet away without... Okay. But moving 15 feet away, that means you won't be able to use your dagger, though.
Oh.
An important thing to note, though, when choosing if you're going to use your dagger and choosing if you're going to use your bow or whatever...
It takes switching out, right?
Never mind the switching out. It's also... You don't have advantage in this attack because he didn't reckless offense this turn.
Right.
Does he have to lather his blade
So,
with poison again?
I know what I'm going to do.
Lasts for minutes or whatever.
I'm going to move my 15 feet at reaction away. Back towards the direction where he just ran from, because I figure what would happen in this fight. I just envision all the orcs getting in a circle around the area of battle. Mm-hmm. So I would return in the direction where we just came from, move my additional 30 feet, and which is my normal move.
Yep.
And then I would use my bonus action to activate Heartseeker for the last time. To get advantage on this and go ahead and take my shot.
And literally, as you're like grabbing out Heartseeker, so you're taking your dagger. It's almost like one of those throw your dagger. Making sure your tongue doesn't touch, but just barely your teeth are holding the blade.
Yep.
To avoid the coating of poison there. So like grabbing that, pulling out Heartseeker, drawing an arrow. You knock the arrow. You line it up in your hair. Don't die. And you can take your attack with the bow, which I think is your last one.
2 3s. Uh-oh. Oh, thank God.
Oh, God, that scared me when that bounced around. Yeah.
You hit.
So, let's get the damage on that. And
Max
then sneak
damage.
attack because of advantage.
It was my
Good
words
damage.
of advice. Don't.
Jesus.
24.
That's your biggest one so far.
Yeah, that's.
You should see
Oh.
it without raging.
Oh, moving on. So, again, this is probably your best shot. So don't die. Invigorated by that, you take your best shot. Literally, hits adjacent to the heart. Like, you can see it hurts him, but he just does not care. He still just does not care right now, and he continues to charge forward as he comes rushing up towards you.
How
He's
far
level
can
30,
he
by
move?
the way.
You are currently 45 feet away from him.
Is he a full blood or a half blood?
Full orc.
Yeah, that's the reason. He's a full orc. He's not a half orc.
Oh, Mike, you just reminded me of something.
Well, yeah, they also hit 0 and get up again. So
No, not that.
Oh.
He's a full orc. As a full orc, he can, as a bonus action, move up to a speed towards a hostile creature that it can see. Bonus action, 30 feet. Move action,
30 feet.
15 feet because you're
15.
45 feet away. It's your turn. Do you reaction away?
I would,
Stab
yeah.
him right in the face.
No, wait. I can't bonus action attack with my dagger, Patrick. It's my reaction. I can't react and attack. It's react or move, and that's all I have.
Correct.
So I would.
If you do that move, if you do that reaction move away, you don't have uncanny dodge.
God's just asking if you want it in the mouth or the butt.
Oh, we all know it's both.
All right, I'm gonna stay put.
Good, because if you move that 15 feet back, I just use my other 15 feet of move to walk up with you.
I kind of figured. And he would still have an attack.
Oh, he does right now, and he's going to use it. Mm-hmm. All right, Beisha. Let's see if we can put my money where your mouth is.
I'm just gonna put that in chat so people know what that is.
He's like, yeah, please,
And-
just let it work.
Armor shirt was also there so that people can understand that.
All right. He is, of course, going to reckless attack, because why wouldn't he take advantage of attacks against you? Even with advantage, he keeps missing you one out of the 2 attacks. Oh, no, actually, I think he hit you twice once.
Yeah, he hit me twice.
Once, right? So, 4
Mhm.
attacks total. Roll 20 is lagging. There we go.
Yeah, it's rough today.
Welp. I rolled. Okay, I see how that went. So I rolled a natty 1 and a 3.
Good.
So that worked out for a miss for the first attack.
And his weapon broke.
The second attack I rolled a natty 2 and a natty 19. So I definitely hit.
Yeah, we're uncanny dodging that attack.
Except my damage is 37 because it rolled the wrong amount of damage, which is funny. Yeah, let's fix that. I'll just do this. So damage actually.
Divide by 10. 3.7.
He gave you a haircut.
So he did 9 points of damage, divide by 2. You take 4 points of damage from the attack. So the first attack missed. So when I was chasing after you, you dodge it, and you kind of like prepare yourself. The first attack comes in, and you just like step into the attack, into the side, kind of seeing how his reach of his massive arms and the half of this weapon works. Step inside into the side, and the attack goes over your head. But seeing that attack he does, instead of like trying to pull this thing back and swing it, he literally just like changes his grip on it and rips it in towards himself, allowing this thing to connect with like over by like one of your thighs into your glute back there, and rips upwards. But you had kind of like seen the action happening because you were so close to his chest and arms and all the sinews and sweat that's right there. You're watching this glistening god of a man and getting a little hungry. And then as that happens, you realize what he's supposed to do. Like, whoop! You kind of like step out of the way, take only the 4. So I think you're down to messed up now.
I'm down to 4 health.
Your turn, sir.
All right, so my action, I could technically drink a healing potion.
But then you wouldn't be able to attack.
Right.
Can you
But
bonus attack bite again, or is it only once per
it's
encounter?
only once per short or long rest.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
If you attack, you get to attack with your dagger, and it's covered in poison.
yeah, but if I don't kill him here, I'm dead the next turn.
Will it? So this is not to stop you from taking the potion, but would it mess with their mindset if you healed during a battle?
That's a really good question. You know what? Honestly, I will actually answer that question for you. You are also from like a tribal thing. Why not? If you started whipping out potions and casting spells and stuff like that, they would not like that. You know,
All right.
the fact that you caught them off guard and you're like, meh, I'm just gonna shoot at you with the bow. Okay. Ah!
Holy shit.
I wasn't trying to dissuade you, Tyler. I just know the whole point of this is to prove that you're.
I mean, I
respect.
decided, I made my decision without that, so I attacked with my dagger.
You hit, sir. You both rolled a natural 19 with your advantage attack. That's funny.
Do
Very
you
nice.
crit with a 19?
No.
No, but that's my poison. It should do the poison as well.
So you do the yeah.
Oh, also that was advantage, so sneak attack.
The dice are like really laggy for me.
Jesus. Okay. So you do 23 points of physical damage, right? So 23 is actually divided by 2, so it's actually only 11 because of raging, right? But the 13 points of poison damage is not divided by 2. So it's still 24 points of damage.
Yep.
Just for the record, he was at 7 health left.
Oh.
Sir, describe.
Having uncannily dodged his last attack, Beishral essentially, well, that wasn't his last attack, the first attack. He got hit in the back, right, on this last attack?
Yeah,
So-
thigh, glute, drag
Yeah.
down.
He'll push the weapon back over the orc's head, thrusting his dagger right up in the neck under his chin, coated in poison, and just kind of slashes out in one direction, not completely severing his head off and kicking him down onto the ground.
And then
Obviously in
consumes
pain, Petra's standing over him, panting, covered in blood, just and somewhat drooling because he's hungry again.
Don't eat the spoiled meat. So anyways, yep, and he collapses, and you're able to stand over him, and everybody back in the other camp, whatever you want to call it, that's watching. You can see that he is. You can watching this happen. You can see him standing over him. You can see the other orcs fall silent for a moment, and then like, oh, 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 and there's like chanting.
Syax in the background. Oh!
And they're like chanting and grunting and whatnot for the fight. But then something kind of strange happens. You don't understand it, Beishra, because you're kind of like reveling in the glory and you don't understand Orcish, right? However, from as far as you are and as perceptive as you are, you hear that one of the orcs notice what's in his hand, and they recognize the blade that he's holding, and they start naming the actual blade itself. You know what I mean? And they just call it what is it? The Black Fountain. So you just start chanting. This is what you hear from across the way, Thonk.
Sure.
And maybe Vicelor as well. Maybe, I don't know if he's too busy licking things. You literally hear them chanting Black Fountain, Black Fountain, Black Fountain in Orcish. You hear them chanting something,
It appears.
It's just like, yeah,
It appears Beishra must have lost, and this black fountain must have emerged victorious.
I mean, Thonk will stride his way over there and just kind of get a look into what's going on, but he won't intrude or anything.
Is this a weapon that Thonk would have known about?
Well, I mean, honestly, Thonk is not dumb when he sees the blade, when he sees the poison coating.
Well, like, is it like a well-known orcish artifact?
No, it's not. It's actually dagger of venom is not very common, but they do exist. And actually, somebody else that Thonk traveled with in a previous campaign had a dagger of venom. Actually, I'm pretty sure Sam's character had one before. So he's familiar with the weapon and how powerful something like that is.
I didn't know if there was
they're very rare, but there's like they exist in the world. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Right. So it's like the cloaks that they wear in Lord of the Rings, right? They're rare, but people have them. So anyways, so you go over there and you can put two and two together pretty quickly as to why they're calling him Black Fountain or what they're referring to. Good. But honestly, it's one of those things where when you come over, it's not like they even pay any attention. They're literally like rejoicing and whatnot him, and
Sweet.
you can see like the tone of what's happening here. It's very quickly shifting from murder, entertainment, so on and so forth to you're getting the vibes that okay, we're not moving for 2 days because they're about to start feasting.
Works for me.
On the dead body.
Thonk just keeps his distance. He doesn't even get that close. Sees what's going on. Just
So Syax, Yeah.
He probably nods to himself, but gives space. This is not his moment, nor his rank to really step in on.
So over there, what ends up happening is there's literally like the orcs start like rejoicing, pulling out wineskins, pulling out food. Some of the orcs have very specifically the task to go out and go hunting, and they pull in food. Beishra, unless he intentionally tries to stop it, what ends up happening around you, and it's kind of like a chugga train, moving its way along, and you're being pulled with it. Is there's a feast that ends up being made right now in your honor.
Oh.
As you're like half dead, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm hungry. I just fought a giant orc that is significantly bigger than me and sliced his throat open.
With where you guys are, the area that you happen to be in, luckily to orc lands, otherwise you probably would have been chased out by like knights or whatever, because literally you just start throwing a big orcish party in the middle of a field. You know what I mean? Like, oh, there's a big thing that's happening now, and your character is going to spend a significant amount of time to go and so you're just a significant amount of time drunk. You know what I mean? Like enjoying the liquid and having fun and laying with the lady orcs that happen to be rulers that male orcs too. That's what you're into, and so you just rejoicing and having fun and enjoying the feast and whatnot. So
while everyone's feasting, Weissler's gonna go down there and grab the body and like take it off to bury it. But instead of burying it, he's gonna see what he can do with this animation spell that he wasn't allowed to use in the temple.
How do you animate things? Wait, what are you talking about? How do you animate things?
By this ring that I have that's called in my thing tree ring. A long time ago, whenever Tyler let me.
Was it in the tree?
I think, yeah, I saw it gleaming.
It was
in
the tree ring. Yeah, it was left there, I believe.
So I just want to go animate this body. Before we go do this war battle, Weissler wants to know exactly how this animation spell works and what he can get the creatures to do and not do. So he's going to experiment a little bit while everyone's feasting.
Can you pop that spell?
Can you make it a zombie and make it fight?
I don't have the spell typed out. I just, in my bio, I've got tree ring animate dead with con save.
Oh, yep, that's fine. So what I do is I go Weissler, I grab a character sheet, I go over here, I grab this spell,
I might have animate dead written. I don't think.
And I just dropped down your character sheet for you.
I mean, Scott, did you see that if I hadn't uncanny dodged that last one, I would have been dead.
We're resting after this.
4 points of health left.
We're resting after this.
This is 2 days of drinking and
Yeah, celebration.
So we've been on.
God. Jesus, that's a long description.
Yep.
Holy crap, Wade.
So this is a 3rd level spell. Your character is what, level 6?
Yeah, you might need to scroll up a little bit so they can see the actual description.
Casting times 1 minute, range 10 feet, instantaneous.
Cast 4th level spell, so it's going to just be the base 3rd level. Oh, hi, Molly. You came here just in time to watch me play with corpses.
So Wade, make me a Constitution save for Molly to watch.
Yay! I'll get to find out what this does.
Roll low. Roll
want to.
real low. Yes!
Oh my
Yes!
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 I get to find out what happens.
You animate you use the ring. You're like, oh gosh, I'm gonna. Yes, I know I'm trying it. Yes, of course. And you go to animate the thing, and as you're animating it, it's one of those things that takes a whole minute to actually cast a spell. And so you're waving your hand over it, but as it happens, all of a sudden you get like a shudder, like literally your body shudders, and you can feel cold sweats coming on your forehead. You feel these urges coming over your body, and you're like, what is this? I like it, but I don't. And then all of a sudden you realize it does look tasty.
The corpse I just brought back?
The corpse you're in the middle of bringing back
just
looks really delicious. And before you can even think to get a hold, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Slither, before you can even think to get a hold of yourself, you just literally just like drop down to your knees, and it's like you still have one hand wide open and you're doing like the magic over the thing. With your other hand, you're literally just like trying to rip into the skin. You're just like like biting into like his thigh and whatnot, and trying to get at it. And you end up, it doesn't work out so well because you're an old man with dull teeth.
The axe comes over to Weissler.
Oh,
hey, buddy, what do you?
I dragged the body away. I don't know that. I mean, you guys could roll to see if you saw me do it, but
Wait, can I roll for persuasion to make him stop eating the body?
No, you
I don't
guys.
think anyone
You need
sees
to
me
roll a
doing it.
perception check, Patrick,
Yeah.
to see if you saw him go away with the body first.
He was trying to be discreet.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
But-
so
but-
I'd have to roll perception
Correct. You end up
or
going over
investigation.
perception. You end up going over and cutting with the that stealth. Yes, you see nothing.
I
You end
rolled
up
the
cutting
stealth.
with a knife, opening into his gut and grabbing intestines, and you're literally just like eating away at the intestines.
Why is he doing this again?
It's just you're doing, and then all of a sudden, like while you're doing this, all of a sudden you can feel the entire body shudders in your mouth and under your grasp and whatnot. It shudders, and then the food in your mouth just like rots. The blood that's on your face, that's on your hands, in your gut, just immediately rot while it's there because you're actively animating this and rotting it and getting it back as you do that, and just like your whole stomach like flips upside down. Like
It does taste
Oh.
dusty. It does taste the dust.
And then just it's the smell that permeates off of like your breath and your hands and everything is just absolutely disgusting. But the body then shudders one more time. You like ugh, let go, and the thing then stands up and turns towards its master.
Do I still want to eat it now that it's standing?
No, God, no. Your stomach is actually genuinely in pain.
Oh, does he take
Oh.
damage from that?
No, nope. There's another effect. Don't worry about it.
So I'm gonna like take its like, what's this thing? What was he wearing? Just like a loincloth or something?
Yeah, loincloth, bits of treated hides in areas to act as like armor and boots that were made out of
I'll stand up after it does, grab its loincloth, and use it to wipe my mouth to get all the blood off, and then finish standing up. Oh, very good, very good. And then I will literally just be here testing to see what kind of control I have over it, basically learning how the spell works.
Okay, so you literally left leg. It lifts its leg. No, I'm at your other leg. It lifts its other leg. To control the thing, it's literally a bonus action to command it if it's within 60 feet of you. The thing is, if you lose that control after 24 hours, to maintain the control of the creature for that 24 hours, you must cast the spell on the creature again before the current 24-hour period ends.
Can I just dismiss it at any time?
No.
Wait a whole day.
After a day, you lose control over it.
Oh, so it's just
So
back
re-
alive as an undead creature.
Yeah.
It's an undead creature that you can control as long as you choose to cast spells to control it. And if you choose to stop casting spells, you no longer control it.
And he only has 3 charges a day or 3 charges total?
With that ring, that's it says 3 times, and then Ivar's Black Tentacle 1 time for long rest.
Oh, okay. So basically, he can easily use it once a day because the long rest, as long as he
I was
has.
gonna say, if you can only use it 3 times, Wade, why'd you do it at the beginning of our adventure? We still have a fucking month on the
Because
road.
it's Vice Lore. I think he'll realize now what he's done and the fact that he's eaten part of it, and he'll be slightly concerned. So he'll like
I'm slightly getting stupider. Now I'm
does
eating
it have
more.
to stay within 60 feet of me at all times, or can I leave it and come back?
If you want to, you can tell it stay, and it'll be fine. You just can't give it a new command until you're within 60 feet.
That's fine, I'll do that. And I would probably go up and I'd probably try to let Thonk know what I've done. And if
How do you approach Thonk with this?
So an important thing to note is you said you wiped your face with the loincloth. One
Yes.
thing to note is that there's no blood wiped onto the loincloth. You were just wiping your face onto a loincloth. And I was like, weird. And when you look at your hands, and maybe you can grab like a bit of like a dagger or whatever to use as a reflection to look at your face, there's no blood or viscera or anything anywhere on you. It's just not there. However, the smell remains.
Oh, that's fine, I'm used to smelling bad.
So Thunk, when he walks up to you, like we're talking like when he's like a solid 10 feet away from you, you're just like, oh, what is that? What is that smell? It literally smells like rotting. Not like, and you know how horrible it is when you like open your fridge and like, oh my god, my chicken.
Something's in there, yeah.
Not like that. Like, imagine if your fridge was nothing but various types of rotting meat that have been in there in a turned off fridge for a
So
month.
like Jeffrey Dahmer's fridge.
Yeah.
There you go.
Sure.
Also, it's probably good you didn't eat that orc because the poison from the dagger is inside that orc.
Not worried. So I would walk up and I'd be like,
Before you
"Oh,
even open your mouth, I would just say you smell like death.
Yes, about that. That's exactly why I'm here. Do you remember in your temple, whenever I was about to use some magic to possibly bring back a corpse, and you said, "Oh, not in here, holy temple." Blah 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 blah. I took the moment before we go into battle to see exactly how my animate power works, and I'm getting to the point. Just give me a moment. And I happened to bring back the orc that Baeshra may have slain, and well, as it was coming back, how to describe? Ripped out its innards and tried to shove them in my mouth very quickly. It was out of my control, though. Very strange. I did not particularly enjoy it. However, I could not help myself. Very, very, very driven. Then the guy stood up. I said, "Hey, how you doing?" He lifted his leg. I said, "Oh, nice leg." And then I walked back to tell you what happened.
Did you eat him as part of the casting? That's typically not how the animated dead spell works.
No, it was more an unintended side effect. An impulsion I've never had before. So I imagine it. Do I need to roll something to see if I figure out if I know why I did that? Because that would be something he would know.
I would say intelligence, honestly, or even Arcana. Yeah, honestly, your character would be like, I honestly think it was a compulsion effect of the item that I was using.
Gotcha.
There you go.
And you come to me. Is the undead orc still animated?
Oh yes, he's waiting in the trees.
So what is it that you come seeking me for?
Oh, just to let you know if there's an undead hanging around and I may lose control after time.
Or do you plan on losing control of it? Can you not maintain control for multiple days?
That is why I'm experimenting. To find out.
Is this not an arcane talent that you know innately or have studied?
Oh no, this is from a magical item we obtained. I'm pretty sure that this magical item gave me the ability. I discovered it actually whenever we were in the woods while Syax and Baeshra went into the town.
Is it expendable or is it renewable?
My belief is that I can maintain control of this creature as long as I rest well. Do I know how many uses by the studying that we did, or?
Yeah.
It's just a straight flat zombie, right?
Sure.
I'm asking because I'm curious. It says an undead of CR 1/2 or lower. Would it be considered 1/2 or lower, or is it because it's an orc, it's something special?
Maybe because it's a magic item or something special.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Would you like to come see it?
Yes, and I'm just like start walking to the trees.
He says yes. Grabs his loop.
I'm not even gonna roll. I sort of think you want to see it because you want to see like how good his magic use was. So he's like got a little bit.
It's not even your magic use. It was a ring.
I know, but he's still proud.
When I see this thing, Scott, can I get a roll to know if it's like a typical zombie or something different? Would it be like is there a roll I can make for that, like religion or arcana?
I suppose religion, yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna have it like doing some weird little dance move.
God. Oh, that was almost a natural 1. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was.
Holy jeez.
Oh, good.
17.
Now, so anyways, with your 17, you're looking at the thing. It's probably just a regular zombie, but it's a rather large one, maybe a bit stronger than a typical zombie, maybe, because it's rather big.
So mechanically speaking, it is above a CR of 1/2.
Maybe, or maybe just a stronger CR half.
I'll try it. I will wordlessly walk up to this thing and just destroy undead. It gets.
I think that for you that works on creatures of.
It says starting at 5th level, when an undead of CR 1/2 or lower fails its saving throw against your turn undead feature, the creature is instantly destroyed.
Gotcha. Give me 1 second to double check something else before I answer that question.
Ah, good. We get to experiment together. This is exactly what I was hoping.
I just want to kill it off.
Group bonding experiment.
It's mindless, so even if I try and kill it and it fails, it's not going to attack me because its order is to just stand there.
Okay, 1 second.
Yeah, imagine if my intent is for us to
it says
experiment.
it reacts to hostile creatures.
Even if I'm the hostile creature who animated it?
It
Like,
says,
he can command it immediately afterwards. Stop. But overall, yeah. So you try to just destroy it. It doesn't destroy.
Okay, cool.
Nope. No punching Thonk. Put the axe down.
It literally just as soon as it does that, it's like it has the axe, and it's actually its axe would even be with it because it would have been kept as like a trophy, right?
Yep.
So yeah, Bayshire's got an axe now.
Yep.
It's heavier than him.
I could just can I just
So
dispel it?
literally- hold on. When you do that, no.
Okay.
When you do that, you try to do the thing, roll initiative just really quickly,
Sure.
just super fast.
Let me
Do
click
I need to
on.
roll too since I'm controlling it?
Yes, you have the other one that rolls.
God, come on.
Nice.
Where is
19.
initiative?
I unless I roll natty 20, I literally can't beat you. So I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna do one of these.
Why is there a -1? Wade, you didn't click on your thing.
Yeah, Wade
Oh.
never does. He's a
Yeah.
dummy.
I
So
don't know where my piece is.
so here's the fun part. He rolled a natty 1 with a -2.
Yeah, zombies.
So yeah, you go, and it's like, "Urgh." You can do another experiment if you'd like.
I don't need to experiment. I want to just die. If
No,
Vice
was there another spell you want to try on it real quickly or no?
me?
Yeah.
Well, I said can't I dispel magic, and you said no.
Well, you can even just, I suppose your character would know that. I wouldn't.
Yeah, because it says choose any creature, object, or magical effect within
Yeah,
range.
But that it's not a duration effect. It's an instantaneous
It's
creature.
fascinating, isn't it?
Gotcha.
It
You
appears
can't
to be
dispel a puppy.
I would say I assume I would know that because I know animate dead. Like I know that spell.
Sorry,
just
Wade,
looking-
We spoke over you.
That's okay. I simply was saying that apparently this thing's more powerful than simply dispelling it. So that'll be good. Will aid us against the red wizards.
We can't gamble that you're not going to have control over it by then.
Oh, it'll be fine.
Can CX start walking up and
25%
offer
sure.
assistance?
He didn't approach you. You still don't know.
Can
I
I
know
just?
you want to be there, Patrick. I'm sorry.
No, I just want to fireball it.
Can I
wanna
just-
see what happens?
Doesn't healing spells do damage to zombies?
No, unfortunately,
Really?
hard. Unfortunately,
Is that what am I remembering that from then?
every edition ever in the history of Dungeons and Dragons and other tabletop games,
fuck.
except for 5e, where they go,
Why?
"Yeah, it's fine.
Oh.
It means healing and hurting me."
I was just gonna pump it full of positive energy and just be like, all right, go away. I mean, I can literally then. That means inflict wounds must work on it then.
Because you can harm it. Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine it's that. All right, I'm willing to let this thing stay an extra day for you to figure out if your ring is charged or renewable. If by tomorrow it doesn't recharge and you're down to 1 charge after that thing, I'm just gonna put it down. That's what Thonk will put forward.
Trunny. Now it's Trummy.
In the meantime, we could experiment and see how tough it is. And
Zombie.
Hey, Thonk would look to you, then just look back to the zombie. It's a zombie made of an orc. It's going to
Yes.
be tough.
excellent.
And some might even argue, not that much stupider.
I am curious about the negative side effect. However, my impulsion to rip it open and eat its intestines. Does it actually have a hole in its stomach where I was ripping at it and like trying to eat it?
Absolutely. Thing doesn't heal when it comes
That
back as
wasn't
a
just me,
zombie.
like, just okay. So I actually did try to eat it. I don't know if I was just like,
Thonk nods and just says, I'll speak with you tomorrow then, Viceler.
Oh, the arrows are probably still sticking out of it.
Oh,
too.
absolutely. This thing looks all destroyed. Its throat it's got a big old stab in it.
It's half sliced off.
Its neck is probably just kind of lagging to the side.
nearly
oh,
headless
before you
Nick.
go,
Anyway.
how will the other orcs feel about seeing their buddy? Should I keep him hidden?
Thonk just turns his head. If it's still walking by tomorrow, you'll have your answer.
Very good. I'll just say CX did it.
Thonk pretends he didn't hear that and walked away.
You guys rejoin the camp again. Let's go back. There's a party. There's also some craziness going on over there. It's awesome for 2 days for you, Base Road, which allows you to continue things. But never mind. When you get back there, Vice Lord, you smell. It's literally like you go in, you sit like, oh yeah, food. And the orcs they look at you and they move away.
Must be that new potion I drank, because there's probably not deodorant in Faerun.
Probably not. The next day, you're able to, 24 hours later, whatever it is, so the next evening, I should say, you go up to the thing, and you know that you have to use this before the spell ended. Luckily, your character's intelligence is what?
An 18 still.
18 is Einstein level brilliant. You know what I mean? So that's you go walking in that direction, and you're like, okay, well, I know that within the next 5 minutes this thing ended, so I should probably get this working on now. And so you go walking up and you do your spell on it again. As you use your ability on it, roll me a Constitution save.
Can't be worse than a natty 1. But can you
I mean, you're right. It can't be worse. It literally can't be worse.
Can we get a natty 1 counter for this?
Yeah, please.
0 20.
I'll start counting. You keep going. So I'll start counting.
At
1,
least it's
2,
6.
0 20s, all ones.
3, 4.
This is crazy. So, anyways, you looking at this thing, all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, let me just make sure I maintain. And despite the fact that it is already rotted and smells horrible, despite the fact that even as the idea enters your mind, you start dry heaving. It's literally like, oh, you still just instinctively reach forward into its sliced open gut and grab a fistful of intestines and just it's like gagging while you do it.
Oh no! Come on!
Weissler must be doing a charity stream.
That's what I'm feeling right now. I remember that. I remember those feelings.
Anyways, and you're eating it, and if that wasn't horrible enough, when the compulsion ends, that's when it really settles into you, and you're like, I just ate rotting food. Make me another Constitution save there.
Could it be a 1?
No,
Yay.
very close though.
Your stomach starts retching in pain. Sharp pains to the side. But like while you're in pain, you can look at the thing and be like, hop on one foot while touching your nose and patting your head. You know what I mean? And,
Can I induce myself to vomit to get rid of the stomach pain?
yeah. So you're like, stick your finger in my mouth. So you turn around and you still try to make yourself gag to vomit. I mean, you can eventually succeed, and you do vomit. But the problem is when you vomit, you literally see like his intestines rotted, the insides of the intestines, like whatever was being decomposed in there at the time, all this stuff spill out before you. The smell of it just induces more vomit, and you're like, you know, as you do it, and it's like you just feel yourself collapsing. I imagine at this point in time is when, because he was so interested before, Sayax here's like vomiting happening, pretty violent. You probably think it's one of the orcs, you know, one of the orcs.
Can I roll a perception check?
Yes.
I imagine the
I hope
bar's
I ignore.
pretty low.
I hope I ignore. Damn.
I would say you probably think it's one of the orcs drunk and vomiting and whatnot, because that's not a terrible role for someone dry heaving and vomiting.
So I imagine
So
I'm covered in like.
Do you choose to walk away?
Me?
Him.
Oh, this is CX.
I'll approach the sound.
You see in the darkness, granted you have dark vision, but you see in the darkness, you see a large orc standing there before you. Your perception is low enough that you don't see any details. Standing over another form on the ground vomiting. Honestly, leaning a little bit, it looks like it's, yeah, you think it's just one of the smaller orcs on the ground vomiting while another's standing over them watching them. Probably just a couple of orcs that have been enjoying the feast too much. One of them got too far into it, and a buddy of him is watching over him while he's vomiting. You know,
The axe will kind of peer. Walk away.
Vicelor, eventually you just kind of like pass out from just like
Ugh.
wrenching in pain. Sometime later, a couple hours, whatever it is, you can come to.
Oh, the first thing I'll do is go find Thonk covered in my bloody vomit.
Ugh.
Face pressed into the bloody vomit and everything, and yep, it's kind of like you smell worse. Your whole stomach is still retching in pain.
Did he take any damage?
Not standard. Don't you worry.
More
Don't you worry.
emotional damage than he already had. I've got Heart of Darkness ×2 as my background. So I'll go find Thonk.
I'm always easy to find.
Well, so am I right now.
Yeah, I can
smell-
smell you coming a mile away.
The smell permeates from the sort of a 10
I imagine you approach from behind, but
It's a 20-foot range of smell.
yeah, I like as you hit that like 20 to 15 foot radius, you just hear Thonk. He's turned away. You have answers, Vice Lore.
Is this the smell that only
Yes,
orcs can smell? Or
God no, absolutely not. It's
Everyone
rotting.
can smell it.
I'm in the center of a party, so
Yeah, you're being celebrated.
Good news, and I've got bad news. The good news is I can maintain the spell over the period of several days, at the very least. Bad news is every time I cast it, I just.
But did the ring refresh overnight? I'm sorry.
It did.
Okay, sweet. I'm not. Do you plan on keeping it?
Would you like to try it out for a night, and perhaps I will not eat the orc.
And Thonk just shakes his head. I know the spell innately. I don't need toys to do it.
Well, I suppose at least I'm well fed.
Oh, that shade.
And you hear him like gag a little bit.
Yeah, the Thonk just will eventually kind of stand and hoist himself up off of his off the hammer. Turn to you. You're gonna keep it around.
Well, unfortunately, from my understanding, I believe that I can't exactly dismiss it, so we'll have to.
It's a zombie.
Like make a bonk it in the head motion.
Thonk looks at you. It's a zombie, Vice Lord.
Exactly, and you as a cleric of the orcs is probably the best one I could think of to handle it.
Or you could command it to walk endlessly into the woods and never see it again.
I could send it ahead as an unintentional scout to go straight into the keep. No, that perhaps would give away that we're coming. I could send it west in hopes that it.
Thonk walks past you towards wherever the zombie. At least I last knew where the zombie was, and expecting it to be there.
Obliviously, he's still gonna keep talking about where he could send it in hopes of like.
Without ever stopping, I'll just walk up to the zombie and just inflict wounds on the thing.
45 degrees north, and it could end up where we were last around the bridge, where we found you actually. But I had to walk for several days, several months, in fact, and I wonder if it would cross the bridge or if it would just. He's just gonna keep going.
I imagine I can just touch it, Scott.
Actually, not exactly.
Oh, well, there's my roll. There's my attack.
Zombies are dumb, but they have a 3 intelligence.
Sure.
They don't, there's no such thing as mindless in 5e.
Okay.
So it knows that you attacked it before, and you come up to it, you're clearly going to attack it again.
Sure.
So before you even get to touch it, you have to roll for initiative.
Damn it.
Yep.
I don't like these undead changes in 5e.
Oh,
They feel way less undeady.
Oh,
the
that
bright-
sucked.
On
Yeah.
the bright side,
But he gets a -2 to his roll, so, I mean, there's a chance.
I rolled a 10. I clicked the mini, but apparently it didn't.
Oh, okay. So he still gets to go first.
So he has 10 total. He's rolled 12 minus 2 is 10.
No, this would be 37.2 degrees. Yes, 37. And in fact, it could thonk.
This Viceler roll, he's not in the near vicinity. But
He got walked away from. So all of a sudden you go to do that, and now the creature is like, and then it like sees you go to touch it, instead just quickly punches you in the chest with its hand.
Ow.
One
Ow.
second. It does.
Dog saying that. Boom.
Oh. It'd be a little angry.
Sorry, tickle my throat again. I don't know where it keeps coming from.
it does 300 points of damage. Fuck that.
That would be incredible.
I rolled very well. 22 chance to hit. Does 13 points of damage as it punches you in the chest.
Okay.
That's actually pretty darn powerful.
And then Mike, now you have to re-roll your attack roll.
Why don't we kill all the orcs? Just make them this strong.
It's just going to be a level 4, by the way. Really? You're going to make me re-roll my 23 to a natural 1?
So you're like, I'm gonna handle this problem. It's like, ugh, ow, I'll just take care of this. And you go to touch the thing, and then with its other hand, it reaches up and grabs your wrist and just starts squeezing because it doesn't know how to stop squeezing. And just
Annoying.
starts squeezing tighter and tighter and tighter as the spell starts to dissipate in your hand, and you're realizing, oh, it's not gonna be that easy. Unless you do anything else with your bonus action.
Let me see what kind of action this is.
Wade gets party
As
killed
an
by
action.
summoning a
No,
zombie.
I'll just wait. I'll just take the next turn.
Just double checking to see if you have a specific spell memorized. I don't think you do. You do. Spiritual weapon, you're always prepped. That's a bonus action.
Oh, is that a bonus action?
It is, sir.
Oh, sweet. Then yeah, I'll fucking do that. That's fine.
If specifically written in there, always prepped.
Yeah, there's certain spells that are always prepped.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, in case anybody is curious,
Yep.
always there.
After the second round of combat, I would start making my way that direction.
All right, there you go. It's summoned. Doesn't it get an attack on this turn?
Yes, sir.
So how do I do that since I don't really have a character sheet
You
for it?
attack like with your spell, with like what you do with a normal spell. So do you have any? So like inflict wounds.
Yeah, I'll swing with this inflict wounds
But,
then.
but hold on, you gotta have a separate damage for it. So hold on.
Sure.
At higher level, when you cast the spell using a higher level slot, you probably wouldn't just second level slot.
Yeah, I'll just keep it where it's at.
So 1d8 plus your wisdom modifier. Let's just get this set up inside your
Sure.
in your character sheet. Oh, god damn it! I'm double clicking all the wrong things. There you are. That's why I had a character sheet tucked away down there. So this is spiritual weapon. Attack is gonna be made with wisdom. Proficient, yes. Damage is 1d8 plus wisdom, and that should be everything.
Okay, so I can just swing it out.
I believe so. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh my god, the lag is incredible. 16.
Okay. I'm actually getting it pretty quickly over here, but I don't know how long after you click it that I'm seeing it. So.
Yeah, true.
16 is definitely a chance to hit.
All right.
12 points of damage is pretty good too.
Cool.
So you do 12 points of damage to the thing.
All right.
Ouch. And now it's its turn.
Swing.
This
Yep.
is going to be this round.
Bitch.
I'm going to attack you. Um,
Is Vicelor heading back to the area now, Wade?
He
Yeah.
was after the second round of combat, which this is the second round of combat. He was starting to head back, yeah.
Yep.
So, or at least so he can come in a bit afterwards. You know what I mean? So, anyways, he attacks. He hits you again. Hits you for another 12 points of damage.
Okay.
So as he's holding his hand, you're like, and you come with a spiritual weapon. He literally just kind of like pulls you in and goes, and hits you with another hard fist. And you're like, oh, steals the wind from you.
3d10.
Asshole.
This
then it's
zombie's a
1,
beast,
2,
man. I want to
5.
keep him.
I don't think Viceroy wants to
Quickly you
keep
kill.
eating zombie. And also, the morale of a man walking on the 20-foot aura stench like grossness, I'd rather not deal with
Maybe if he
that.
didn't roll a 1, it wouldn't be an issue.
Maybe, but we don't know that that's a possibility because he's rolled ones every
I
time.
know, we think this is the only thing.
All right, so I'm going to try and inflict wounds on him at level 3. So I'm just going to roll 5d10.
Yep. You rolled.
31.
Actually, not bad. It's actually not bad at all.
That's 2 bad ones.
Okay. So you just grab out and try to touch the thing. Like, okay, I'm just gonna end this now. And you grab out and touch the thing, and you start stealing the strength from it. It's just sapping it away. You can see it like losing a lot of its energy. Kind of starts to sway from one side to the other, like it's gonna fall, but doesn't.
All right, spiritual
It
weapon
straightens
time.
Back up. Hits.
Okay. Another
Oof.
12.
Ouch. And it's going to attack at you again.
All right,
Dang, it survived that?
Yep.
I'll be all right.
It has more hit points than I do.
It's a zombie, and it's like a big ass orc.
Well, Vicelor's a very good summoner of the undead. You can thank him for the strength. Definitely because of him.
The
it-
zombie didn't take any damage from Wade nomming on it every night?
Maybe it lost like a hit point.
Yeah.
It punches you again.
Ow.
14 points of damage.
All right. All right.
Now you gotta be starting to hurt a little bit.
Yeah, now I can probably just burst myself with a flash of healing. Let's see. You can channel blah blah as an
I imagine I'll
action.
be there in a round.
5 times my cleric level, 35.
I'll be rolling after Thunk.
I'll just use preserve life and blast myself back to full.
How much was that an action?
Yep. As an action. Yep.
And how much can you heal?
5 times my cleric level,
So it's 30,
35.
35.
Mhm.
So like you said, blast yourself back to full.
Yep. 35.
Not quite full, but close to.
It's 42. I'm very close. Yeah. So you just see, like, I just take, and I still get to swing with the spiritual weapon, which is great. But I just take a step back, kind of place my hand on my scar, and there's a very dim red glow, and all the wounds and the broken, like the bruises and probably broken bones that I felt just kind of fix, and I stand up straight. I take a deep breath, and I move in to fight more.
I don't know if you remember, it's a token action. If you click on Thonk,
Oh, is it cool? I didn't
yeah,
know
if you
that.
click on Thonk's actual mini, it pops up in the top left-hand corner of the roll 20, so you can just click that button.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Yeah,
I
said that
forgot.
like forever ago.
I forgot about that.
Back when I used to do macros for everything, I was like, well, nobody uses them. I'm not gonna do them anymore.
Just forget that they're there.
All right, roll your spiritual weapon. Roll your damage. Sorry. 10 points of damage. It's still standing.
Yep. It's annoying.
Jeez.
It probably has all of its old health. Like it's just gonna sit there and punch at
It's a
me
new
a bunch.
creature, right? So roll before we do anything else. Wade, roll your initiative. Click your mini. Oh, you did. Good job. So you come with your move action, come like walking around, and you're like, oh, there they are. And actually, you can see the Zambi is getting its ass kicked. Like, it actually, like, Thonk looks perfectly fine. He's got this, like, glowing spear floating off to the side next to him. He's actually in perfectly fine shape. You know what I mean? Just barely injured. And the Zambi is, like, all sorts of messed up in front of him. And, you know, you can probably hear Weissler approaching. Don't even turn to, you can smell him approaching. Don't even turn to acknowledge. And Weissler, it's your turn. Do you do anything, or do you just watch?
I'll just watch for now. I'll be like, oh, it's too bad. I thought this
Child!
thought this thing could hold its own a little bit, but it appears you are having no
Does
trouble at all.
Weissler not know he can control the freaking zombie?
Well, on its turn, I can stop it from hitting him.
On your turn as a bonus action.
Yeah, you could just say right now, stop.
Yeah, I would stop.
And then basically we'd enter this loop of you stop, it skips its turn, I punch
You're
it.
not gonna let it. You're not gonna let it have its time, Wade. You're not gonna
You can. I don't care.
run the test, Wade.
It's your pet.
You know what? He would actually. He would ask Thong. He's like, well, would you like me to allow it to continue to not hurt you, or do you want to just you know?
Thonk will just grunt. It's gonna fall either way.
Oh, very well. Then I'll just watch.
Just on the ground.
Yeah, it can continue to attack.
All right,
until, like,
it's its turn to punch me, Scott.
I'm not.
Why is Butter's guy so big?
I don't know.
That's what I've been using for the Zambi for everything I've done so far this session. So let's see. Attack. Thonk.
Yep.
All right. It's only a 5% chance. It's only a 5% chance. Give it to me.
A 5% chance for the 20.
I did not get it. So it goes hit you for 13 points of damage. Now, Wade,
Ow.
clearly he's been over there fighting this thing for a considerable amount of time, and you heard
He keeps
that
hitting
blow.
me.
You saw that blow. It was intense. But after who knows how many of those attacks, Thonk's still standing. Probably gives you a new appreciation of how tough Thonk is. I'm not.
All right.
That's right, Thonk.
Okay.
I see why the other orcs have so much respect for you.
I assume I hit.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, you're inflicting wounds on
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I want to. He doesn't care. We have time. A 31 again. What do you want me to do? Sitting here, Thonk is just being efficient. He's just like, just kill
I've
this
already
thing.
wasted
Too
30
much-
minutes of our time with this.
Too much damage. No, because you're learning the confines of a powerful magic item that you have.
What
Okay.
are the consequences of your actions?
No, Weissler's not learning that.
There's only a 5% chance. There's only a 5% chance.
Well, wait. Is he still standing?
Hold on.
I get my spiritual weapon if he's still standing.
There's only a 5% chance.
Ah, Jesus Christ.
You inflict wounds, 31 points of damage on this thing, and you can see it falls down to a knee. And it looks like it's about to topple over, and then it stands back up. Yep.
That's 7 or 8. Is it 7 or 8? I don't remember.
It's a 9.
9. Oh my God. No, 7 or 8 in a row, like ones.
Oh,
Oh, that's 9.
No.
It is 9.
It's 9 ones. Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
So, and then
Already
your
this
attack
session.
misses. Whoosh.
That's just my
So,
spiritual weapon. That's fine.
Do you do anything?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No.
You just watch. Okay. So I'm gonna keep
Thonk's
attacking.
taken like 8 of these punches and looks great.
You've only
Alright.
been there for one of them.
I've already rolled one. But if you can give me one more. Just give me one more.
So what was the last nat 20? See if it doesn't die.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
That's I don't know. I genuinely don't know. That might either a 5e
I feel
thing.
like for my spell,
Oh.
can I roll Arcana to figure it out?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
It's either unique to the item,
There we go. That's
unique
that's
to the
what-
spell,
Or
unique to
the monster.
5e. My guess is like there's
I
maybe a
think it's
5%
usually
chance
the
to.
item.
Did you miss?
Yeah, I hit you, but I did 7 points of damage.
All
That's
right,
real
cool.
Garbage.
So
Oh,
that
that's
puts
like
me
a-
there.
I honestly think it's unique to the item. The item makes it so the creature
Alright.
regains health.
I'm watching this experiment and I can't even roll to see what happened with my own experiment.
Does an
You
11
hit
hit?
with your spell. How many of these
Sweet.
spells do you have?
This is my last 3rd level slot.
Yeah, oh god. I'm not gonna be able to do this. Oh, that's not even.
40.
5% chance. It's got a 5% chance. I've got a 5%
5% chance to come to absorb the damage and just.
Or it's like his. I'm curious. I'm very curious what it is.
Oh, it might be.
I thought it was like the orc racial ticking.
No.
So
I think-
zombies, when reduced to 0 health points, can make a Constitution saving throw DC 5 plus damage taken.
Oh.
They are instead dropped to 1 health point.
Oh, so they get kind of almost semi-perma.
Yeah. So it's like a constant version of what orcs get once.
Gotcha.
Right.
That's kind of cool, actually. See,
Yeah,
that's a
but the
neat.
problem is when you're like 40 damage. What? I'm like, I have to roll a 20. Like I did once, but then I was.
Well, we're not going anywhere. So it's the second day of partying, so I'll be resting and getting my spells back for tomorrow.
Third day, isn't it?
Damn it. Well, hopefully we don't run into anything that needs level 3 spells. Or a level 4 spell.
I was really hoping to hurt you. I was really hoping
You
to
did.
hurt
You
No,
you
I-
basically killed me 1.5 times.
Are you trying to be nice to me, Mike?
No, I'm dead serious.
All right. So, anyways, when all happens, when you finally drop the thing, as you finally kill the creature, all of a sudden, the air is cleared.
Oh, it smells better. Thank
Yeah.
God. I like maybe like not necessarily like holding like in such pain because it's 24. I'm still at 24, but like checking myself for my wounds and stuff, and maybe casting a cure light wounds on myself. I turn to you. It's done. Have you learned what you needed to learn?
Yes, that I should have you around the next time I bring one in here so you can watch the experiment the second time.
Wait, can you do it again? Can you use the ring again?
Thonk lifts the on that. Thonk has that thought, lifts the hammer, just crushes the head. It's like, not that one. Don't like him. I'll walk
Sure,
away.
I need another test subject.
Perhaps for the sake of everyone ignoring me the last 2 days for my smell, I will wait till we are closer to the day of combat to maybe attempt this again.
Thonk would nod at that, and he'll walk away. You want to take our last break, by the way, on that, Scott? 'Cause-
Yeah, sure.
All right, we'll take our last break. We'll be back for the last part of the show in just a few minutes, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be right back. Hello. Welcome back to the last 30 to 45 minutes. Let's go.
Oh,
Everything went well.
great party we had, right, Scott? I think obviously the zombie's gone now.
You didn't even know it existed.
Yep. But has the party ended?
After 48 hours ish of partying, everybody is now hungover.
Alright, so we do a full rest for a night.
Yep.
So the
All right.
question is, do you want to rest? Tyler, is your character, or Mike, because both of you guys are commanders, do you want to rest, or do you say, we've wasted enough time with this, let's push on?
I will
I
consult Thonk, because Thonk is still the superior with regard to this.
I'd be down taking one more day just because I burned through just a ton of stuff.
You
Take-
see Thonk just kind of like sitting there looking exhausted.
Yeah. So if you approach asking,
Yeah. Beishra would approach and be like, well, I think I've earned morale.
gives you a very solid nod. I saw. That's very impressive.
No idea what they were chanting, but was very appreciative of the large selection of fine meats, orcish.
Are we
your,
all around, or is it
your
just
people
you
can
two?
provide, as I
Probably not the
experienced before.
best wording. you could have used, but
Thonk gives you a very tiny grin. When the orcs celebrate, they do it better than any race here on Faerun.
Fair enough. I know very little of my race, but only that of my abilities and how it has benefited me, and how others have treated me.
You won't hear another orc spill these words from their lips, but your kind and mine are much more similar than most would pay attention to. Perhaps that's why we butt heads so much.
Perhaps.
As for whether we want to stay here another night or not, I wouldn't mind an extra night's rest. I had to take care of one of Vicelor's problems, and it's exhausted me.
Problems?
He experimented with a new piece of jewelry. Brought back the dead. I had to
Are
put
we
it.
in earshot, or is this just you two?
I managed to.
I imagine it was just them two.
Yeah.
Maybe you want a console.
Yeah. I put it down.
Good to know. What did he raise?
The one you killed.
Great. Glad I wasn't there.
Yes, for more reasons than you can actually fathom.
At that, Beishra would actually kind of chuckle and then immediately grunt.
Tell your men another day of feasting and celebration is in order. I'm sure they'd be happy.
All right. I will allow them to do so and take my own rest. I think I've had my fill. No, wait, I'm still hungry. Grabs the squirrel that's running by her and he wrote it and just shoves it in his mouth.
As he does that, one of the things that you notice, it's only been a few days, since this all happened, but he's got a little bit of a month of marching, he'll work it off. It'll be fine.
I've got a little bit of a gut.
It happens when you age, man. It's fine.
Oh, no.
Great. That's exactly what I wanted to have happen to my character. is to
enter
start getting
King K rule. I'm ready, baby.
I am so ready.
Just saying,
Jabba the Hutt as a rogue.
I haven't changed a bit in the last 13, 14
Hang on.
years. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm going to play the music. Give me just 1 second, everybody. Stream. This is the music now as Beishra walks with us.
Oh,
A
God.
month from now, Baser will be the Jabba the Hutt of Lizard Road.
Oh, am I even advertising? Am I not subbed? Why am I not subbed to the last issue?
I don't know.
I think I'm listening to it later than everyone else, but like,
I can't hear it because if I bring it up, you
The
guys
march to
This is the March music. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I'll link it in chat if everybody
I'm
wants to.
subbed and I still have a commercial.
What
What are you doing to me, Twitch? And another commercial. Why am I getting all these goddamn commercials?
thanks for supporting Lost Initiative, Scott.
I'm subbed.
Are you
And I'm
subbed?
getting yes, and I'm getting commercials.
Type.
Look,
I don't see a thing next to your name yet. All
watch. Ah.
right, then I don't. No, there you go. Oh, because it was Twitch Prime, homie, you had to renew it.
I did refresh.
Sir, can you not spam in the chat, please?
It just said you just resubscribed now.
But I'm still, every time I refresh the browser, I'm getting commercials.
Log out, log back in.
No. Turn it off. Turn it back on.
We're pressing on with the march, Scott. You
Yeah.
just have to deal with
It's a
it.
gangplank galleon.
We rested.
All right, we're taking our rest.
5e, so Mike healed and has 25 to 100 bonus hit points.
I have everything back.
During that short rest, is there any?
Long rest.
Well, never mind. Would I have known how to bind with an item, or would I have had to ask for
It
knowledge?
takes 2
of it?
seconds. It literally is one of those like you spend an hour, you do it.
But would I have knowledge of how to do that? Is it like a ritual, or is it...
Absolutely. I say like you figure it out. It's one of those like, and you figure it out.
All right, I'll try and bind with the coin as I keep.
rub
I
the
mean,
coin
I'm
in your
imagining
mouth.
during the party and stuff, I'm drinking and having fun, but I'm more kind of just
Sure. Then
with
before
coin.
we get to the next morning or anything like that, you're sitting there.
yeah
and you're
during that
flipping the
night
coin.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. You're playing the coin and you're flipping it. And you're binding to it. And then at some point in time, you flip it up in the air and you almost feel something in your mind. You feel something happen and you catch the coin. It was like, what was that? And then you flip it in the air again and you feel something tingling in your body.
Get off me, Wade!
Whoa. And
Who's Wade?
I want to ask questions. And then you catch it again. And you're like, what the hell was that? I want you to choose, sir, an even number. You can choose a 2, a 4, 6, whatever it is. Choose an even number for the die that you're going to roll forevermore when flipping this coin. Because there's going to be odds or evens.
14.
It's a really random number. D14 it is.
Okay.
So you flip the coin in the air again. Roll me a D14. We'll have to make you macro for it. That means we won't get a physical die on the screen.
Would it be easier if I chose like an actual die?
So like roll a D10
Most people do D2. So
or D2. Yeah. It's...
or D12
That's mine. That's what I.
There you
would've
go.
picked.
because he really likes Eminem.
Not. No.
Okay, you rolled a 2.
It was D12, baby. Name's Slim Shady. No. So you flip the coin in the air, and as you flip it in the air, you hear those noises in your head again. You feel the whispers, and all of a sudden, you see something. Your eyesight almost becomes like that of like zooms. Like literally, as you flip in the air, you kind of like feel the whispers in your mind, making you like look to the direction of the mountains. And then even though you're just seeing mountains ahead of you, you can literally feel your vision, your perception, everything. Like an arrow is shooting towards the mountains incredibly fast. And your whole perception is just, everything's whizzing past you, it's going really fast. And what you notice is, on the mountainside, wearing the similar clothes to the people that you had encountered beforehand when you originally arrived into this land, the teleportation, all that, remember, before? Traveling up here, my apologies. You see there's a group of humans that are up there. They're at a camp. There's many of them, dozens. You're not sure how many, dozens. But most specifically, you can literally see, they can't necessarily see you. One of them is literally holding a spyglass and is watching down in your encampment and watching everything that you guys are doing. Your perceptions of him last for about 2 or 3 seconds before finally you like blink. And even though it took you like a couple seconds to get there, that lightning fast motion forward with tunnel vision to get there and then see that, also you blink and you're back in your own body and your perceptions are there and the coin falls and it just falls in your hand. And you like felt it fall in your hand and you see it says, it is heads faced up in your hand. It was like one of those, oh, whoa.
Okay. Is this an action I can do like every day, or is it just every time I fucking flip the coin? Because otherwise I'm gonna be zipping all over the place.
Mm-hmm. Do me a favor, roll the coin. Flip the coin. So D12, is that what you're rolling?
D14.
Sure. So yeah, we'll make you a macros, which is a button press in the future. That's an even number. You can do that. You can flip that coin twice today.
Twice today.
Every day, you can flip it 1 or 2 times as it lands heads.
Okay.
Actually, it lands in it lands heads in your hand.
All right. So this is the night prior. So the morning of, as I'm assuming we're preparing to leave.
Yep.
I kind of try to summon Vicelor, Thonk, and Bashra and try to tell them of the vision I had of when I was flipping my coin as I'm still fidgeting with it. Not so much flipping it, but like
You can still flip it, but yeah.
Okay, but I have to kind of invoke the power of it. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Baisha was actually planning to meet with Syax anyway, so that works out.
This
Alright.
does not sound like a vision as much as kind of ability to see farther.
Divination.
Yes,
Onk, what is up on those mountains?
people. It sounds like. Yes.
Well, no, like, what is the area meaning? Is it wilderness? Is it a town?
What I know?
I mean, based
I
on the
thought you were-
information Patrick gave us, it seems like it's the group that ambushed us before, and that's what Baisha would say.
So that is correct. As a reminder, out of game, because you obviously base your saying that in game. As a reminder, out of game, Mike, that used to be where a ton of the mountain orcs live. It's technically the mountains where your church exists inside. However, you're kind of thinking, Baisha reminding you the information you guys received from talking to other people around, that might also be the same mountains where what's his name? Ashram's men are hiding, are held up.
That's what I was asking. Like, what is there anything?
So
up in
Baisha
those
says
mountains?
that, and that kind of like inspires memory. Sorry.
Baisha's correct. However, how far of a hike would it be to there?
Would I have known that or
It's
no?
ahead of us, isn't it?
You know that they were close enough you could see he's watching your group with a spyglass, but your group is over 150 people with fires in the middle of the night.
They're about.
We're also part
So
of
it
it.
could be very far. Yeah.
I mean,
Well, wait, Vice Lord, are you able to summon your owl and see the distance? Nice.
Simple task. Yes, of course I can. I can. Never mind. Yes, I can.
Also, Thonk,
Ah.
did we want to head to that town to hopefully recruit some more orcs, particularly mountain orcs, like the what's his name had mentioned?
But that's going to be very to the south.
Yeah. Before we hit the Red Keep.
if it's not too out of our way, and as long as we're on time, I don't see why that wouldn't necessarily be a worthy effort.
Agreed.
If whoever's spying on us is of orcish nature, then we'll be fine. But if they are Ashram's men, we have an army.
I'm going to try to use my familiar to fly. I don't know what the range on a familiar is. When I try to send it that way.
Familiar can go an incredible distance, but it only has like a connection with you, like telepathically and whatnot, for a mile. And they're well over a mile away.
If Ashram's
The
men
mou-
are,
the base of the mountain's well over a mile away.
if
And
me,
is
if
that south of us, so it's in our path, or no?
The mountains that we're referring to with Ashram's men and that he had a vision for it was to the north. It's literally the ones marked as Thesk Mountains on your map if you're looking at the map. The
So
ones,
they would be behind us.
correct, as you're traveling something behind us. The ones where you're supposed to be gathering more orcs, if you look at the map, the Dragon Jaw Mountains, but the bottom part of it, the part that's on the other side of the river,
I get it.
where you're going to be gathering.
and
orcs.
the army that's going to be reinforcing us, they're going to be marching through here as well, correct, Scott? When they come
Correct.
to okay,
Correct.
then Thonk would be actually pretty straightforward. If these are Ashram's men, we have an army. We should remove them. If we leave them, they'll see the other army marching through and realize that where we come from is ill defended and may attempt to counterstrike while we're out.
My thoughts is they could also alert the town by any magic or means of magic and warn of our arrival.
It's possible.
So I also agree we should wipe them out as quickly as possible.
After Viceler's familiar returns and we have knowledge of whether they're orcs or they're Ashram's men.
Why not just why not take your men, Thonk, you and I, and just make quick work of this?
Well, we'd have to march up north again, right, Scott? And it would be another few days.
Correct.
Basically, it's time, and
Right.
we'd be burning time. And if it's just orcs that are watching us and not Ashram's men, we just wasted days.
Well, no, didn't they say it was Ashram
No, he
watching
saw,
us?
He knows.
he saw that they were humans.
Oh,
He saw
okay.
humans
Watching us.
Oh, they're
But
definitely
He
humans?
saw that it was like the goodly races. He saw.
Oh, F it. Then yeah,
he
fuck
saw
it.
He saw the clothes that marks them as the same people that ambushed you before.
Then we should wait for the owl to come back just to have an estimate of how long it's going to take us to get there. And we should
My thought that I guess I would throw to Thonk is why not have Basharo's men continue the march while we ambush them?
Baisha would chime in and say that is not an ill plan whatsoever. However, if they see us coming, they would disperse.
That would
be
be
my expectation. So,
This is Orkland.
stealth on approach would be necessary with a diversion of the army marching south.
They know we're here. There's
Something
no
that-
stealthing around. I think that our best course of action perhaps is to split. Make sure you lead your men slightly askew. Thonk, you lead yours slightly askew the other way, and then we collapse in the middle.
it's a sound plan.
Bayshore would again speak stealth, and the person here who's best at that is I.
Or instead of schisming, the idea is still solid. The idea of continuing to march our men and not lose time. However, we have a tiefling and a flying carpet with another tiefling looking to Siax with abilities, and Baishra knows the darkness better than all of us. You might be able to wipe them out quickly without much of a...
Ajax looks to Baishra as you want to have fun kind of a look.
If
A contest, old friend, as Syax says, with a giant grin on his face.
when Siax
Somebody's
says
happy Trini's here now.
so, when Siax says a contest, I'll even help facilitate the competitiveness. If Ashram is there, whoever brings him back alive and as most into one piece to me as possible will receive a reward.
Will it be shiny?
If that's what you seek.
Syax readies the carpet.
Bayshore
Trini,
intrigued by
I need
this.
the carpet!
Wait. Oh, wait, hold on. You get a magic carpet and there's a reward. Oh, no.
I gotta like hide my snake staff.
Bayshore is actually
Yeah, eats head on a-
Bayshore is
Sorry.
intrigued by this and chimes in and says, how much could I ask if I was the one to bring him back?
All the food you can eat.
We'll discuss. We'll
Would I be able to stop the slave-like treatment in camps?
Oh, Athonk shakes his head. This reward comes from me. A personal reward for a personal job done. Ashram and I have unfinished business.
I can help you smell so horribly that you wouldn't be able to. In fact, never mind. Oh, it's
Actually, you know what's funny is, Mike, when he says that and you think about it, you do know that Ashram is also the thorn in the Orcish army's side.
That's true. That's true. So if Bayshore does say that, Thonk would still relent and be like, it's not directly within my power to cease the vile treatment. However, I have the chieftain's ear, and I could give her advice. She takes my words with great weight.
Acceptable answer. Definitely worth my time.
And Ashram, if you're concerned, is no good man. Not by a long shot.
Good, evil means not to me. Fairness and honor is of utmost importance.
Where his family kept my people under their heel, there was no fairness in his rule.
Which is why I'd be happy to oblige his death.
To be clear here, we have a few dozen men, and we're sending a magic carpet and 2 people to take them out, and one of them is a thorny man.
Well, we knew their numbers were like the people who were even assaulting us were kind of pathetic, weren't they?
What we saw through Pat.
You made quick work of them. You dropped a fireball on them. I mean,
That's what I'm saying. We're about to send another.
I also
He shot
straight
one
up
right in the
took
face.
one out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
these came out really quickly, like really quickly.
that's what I'm saying. I'm not terribly concerned.
Can we ask for 5 of your men?
They won't be able to fit on the carpet.
Is basically we're sending you on the carpet because it'll be A, way quicker. They won't see it coming. And if it's only 2 of you instead of like 10 of you,
So CX says, how about this, Bashra? We take Vicelor, you, Trini, and I, and we head to go slow them down. Meanwhile, Thonk, you keep the march going, and we'll make quick work of Ashram's men.
Yeah, maybe Vicelor can animate the.
Maybe if we
bring him back so you
tear
can
Ashram
actually
apart.
talk to him, Thonk. Bayshore's making a joke.
Thunk
I'm
doesn't
trying to, man.
laugh.
I could bring back somebody and perhaps increase morale with my. No, that's not the word. Decrease morale with my.
Before you, ignoring Viceler completely, Beisha, before you leave, ensure your men know that they'll be listening to me until you return. You are their leader, not I.
Of course.
Will we know by now how long it would be if we were to take the carpet?
Oh, no. So the bird goes. It leaves your realm of connection with it because it travels well over a mile. Hours pass. It doesn't return.
Okay. So I imagine they shot
They
at
killed
it.
it.
Likely. Or something got it. Doesn't have to be it. You walk over, there's Trunny being like, bird I shot disappeared, meal gone.
I imagine my owl's probably coming back soon.
Ba-
by now.
Basher has left, so these three,
you're
Vice,
back with your men.
and Thonk are by themselves. For I'm going to tell my army of where I head, and that Thonk is in charge until my return.
Okay, and they of course agree to it. No problems. They don't have to march right now. That's always good news too. So they just no problem. All good.
Have any of them died under any mysterious circumstances recently? Beishra? Any dead to mess around with?
Yeah, slaps Viceler. Hearing the rumors of what happened at the camp party.
I'm not back yet. You guys are by yourselves. If you
I was,
want,
I was gonna see you off.
Well, I'm down to take the carpet. Would we have to ask Trini for this? Would this be our?
Well, I imagine Trini went with you.
Yeah, that's my thought. Is she would be like, hey, we're gonna go fight. I don't want to go. Well, Viceroy's coming. Okay.
Wait, why am I going? I'm not going.
Oh,
going
you
with
are
us.
now.
You are. It's you, Trini. It's you, Trini, Bashra, and I.
Oh dear, I don't recall the baby.
I don't have any bad things that. I don't think anything bad will happen to Bashra and I. But having backup is definitely good. And especially since everyone's gonna be listening to Thonk, he can keep going towards our ultimate goal while we get rid of this side quest.
It's a good cover,
well.
basically.
Very well.
I don't think anyone's gonna fuck with Thonk and the 150 men.
God, I'd
now.
love to see them try, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, 50 Orogs and 100 orcs.
Sorry,
Well,
100.
there's a couple or
Couple Orogs and 100 orcs.
Yeah.
Beishra, here's what we do. We go down. You do your little in the back. I will resurrect them. We send in an undead. They think they're being attacked by undead, and then while they're grouping up to attack, Seax with a fireball from above, and you run around and with your thing, and I'll and Trini can fly in circles.
Honestly, at this point, Beishra knows Trini wanted to learn from Vicelor of magics, and I say, if any time to teach her in order for her to aid, it would be now.
Can I teach her spells? Or is this only Vicelor?
You're not a teacher of spells. You're not a learner of spells. You just innately cast.
Okay.
She was hoping to learn magic, so be a wizard.
Kind of what I want to do, but not to a lesser degree.
But the funny thing is, Vicelor's not a mage. He's not a wizard.
Okay.
Here's how to animate the re-dead.
That's not even my spell. That's a trinket.
Oh no, so you
Exactly.
just give her the ring.
But she's like, oh, he's a wizard. I'm gonna learn from this really smart wizard. He's a warlock. Like he has his magic because he made a pact with some dark power. But she's like, oh, he's a wizard. He'll teach me. I'll read a book. It's all good.
Her
Yeah,
perception's not very high.
So evidently, neither one of them can really teach her.
Teacher, no.
Gotcha. But she already has innate powers that maybe CX and Vicelor could help her understand and control better, maybe?
I mean,
No, we've never investigated that.
the way Tiefling works is that they have basic. So this is rudimentary, not like one of the alternative ones. They can cast Thaumaturgy as a cantrip. At 3rd level, they can cast Hellish Rebuke. And at 5th level, they can cast Darkness. Those are what all Tieflings that are standard ones can do. So they have magic in their blood. And that's kind of, my vague way of being like, teach me magic. I want to be a character. I want to be somebody's character in a different campaign.
Well, if we're going to do this sneak attack in the next lifetime, we should probably get on with it, unless we're holding off.
All right. When Beishra initially returns, he looks to Thonk, gives him the nod, Soldiers will follow you gladly.
Okay.
And we'll just climb back on the carpet and bite into it and claw into it like he did the last time.
I would like to stay low as we fly in, so we kind of just stay as hidden as possible.
I would
Faisal,
think
no, he'll
going
be sitting
higher
up
up
and,
and
like,
above
humming to
the
himself.
clouds would be
Well,
better.
no, Basra, I'll let you be lead since you're technically a general or whatever. So.
Amongst you guys, you're equals to me. That's
No, but
how I
I've never led. I always.
It's fine. I'm the oldest. I'll sit up front.
no,
Okay, Vice
Vice
Lord,
no.
you.
Yes, you will.
Oh yeah, all right, never mind. Vice Lord, you can sit up front.
And while you two are like crouching down, he's just sitting up there like humming to himself, tapping his staff on the carpet.
Which makes no tapping noise. She's like, "Oh my god, it's been a long time since we had an opportunity to. We were more or less separated and kept apart from one another at the keep, which is very upsetting. You know,
Basra and I are just like.
Oh yes, I expected you to have dissected you by now. I'm surprised you're still here.
No.
We'll
What?
see when the job is done.
Bye, Thonk.
He waves. No, he doesn't. He wouldn't wave.
He just moves.
He
his-
starts
his
to, it's
hammer
just like,
over
what
his
the
shoulder.
It's Vice Lord's gotta get you know.
Yeah, a little too much time around Vice Lord this past 3 days.
You know, I wanted to spend some time, just the two of us, alone, right? So we
Yes,
can-
you wanted to learn magics. Yes.
Yes, yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Mm-hmm.
Well,
Do you have any books I could start with?
no.
Your books are too advanced. Is that what you're saying? Oh, you're so smart. That's okay. I'll figure it out one word at a time.
Well, first you have to go sacrifice your eternal soul to a random god of your choosing, and hope that they give you their blessing. And in exchange for your soul and eternal servitude, you can sometimes scratch things from a distance.
Does grandparents count? Because like I like my grandfather, and you know she gestures towards her very demonic features.
Grandparent.
Well, you know, when she like touches our horns.
This is
Bayshore
more of a
looks at
Seax.
Seax and
Seax,
goes,
do you have grandparent horns?
Are you guys always horny, or is it just her?
Vice Lord looks at me and I'm just. I got my horn back.
Yes, but unfortunately, it pairs the brain damage is still intact. Too bad.
I don't think you understand the question that I'm asking. You're saying you have to sell your soul to a big evil power, right? What about Grandpa?
Bayshore again looks at CX and goes, "Who's your grandpa?"
Perhaps I was also hit in the head recently. I
He
suppose
actually leans into
Grandpa
Bayshore.
could also sell his soul, yes?
to begin with. He had to sell his soul to be good.
I heard that, and you are quite right.
She thought he's mostly joking, which is why she was mostly joking back. She's like, "Wait, did he really do that?
Oh yes.
I thought you were a mage."
Oh no. Me, I have no innate talent at all. Why do you think I nearly died 3 times? Actually, I have died once.
I thought you learned by studying.
Oh no, I hardly learned anything at all. In fact, you should see what I just had to have Thonk help me clean up the other day. Oh, quite the mess.
Oh. Awkward carpet ride.
He'll go back to happily like tapping his feet in the stick, like humming to himself.
I can make
Bayshore
this
smacks
awkward.
Viceler in the back of the head and tells him to shut up.
By making the lyrics not rhyme.
Yes. He wouldn't even be singing, he'd just be humming like yes, that's the one I was going for. Yes, quite.
Bayshore pulls out his dagger and pokes him with it and says, "Shut up."
And as you guys are bickering, you know, with one another on this guy, are we there yet? No. You eventually getting closer and closer to the mountain range. Now you don't know exactly where it was that you had seen them because you traveled way too quickly to really get. You saw your just perception pulled from you without you even asking for it to happen, and it did. So you don't know exactly where they are, but you do have a coin in your hands.
Yeah.
If you're prepared to try
Kind
to
of familiar because I'm there. Just throw that out there.
It's dead. Wait. Unless you didn't want to use it.
Are we not able to use perception checks or no?
You're too far. It's just too far away.
All right, I'll try it. I'll flip my coin.
Sure.
Fuck. I was eager to see what would happen if I hit an odd.
That's okay. I've got my owl who's not dead.
Could you do me a favor?
Mm-hmm.
Could you roll me a 1d20?
10.
Oh, you flip the coin. It lands in your hand, and you can see it's tails. And then you're like, huh, what does that mean? And then you start to see your hand drip and your arm drip. And everybody looking at him kind of like, when he's like, you guys literally see his face like dripping. And like literally his whole body starts to like goop and drip. His shoulders are sagging down. It's like where his chest would normally be. And then all of him just kind of like pulls up.
Oh God.
It's like gelatinous goop of like, and I mean, I mean like melted jello, you know what I mean? Or like chocolate or like kind of jello is like lying in the carpet, just like leaving stains in it with its oiliness. You know, like it's just as the carpet's moving, it's like jiggling and whatnot. It's you become amorphous.
Cool. Can I
Where's
like
the coin?
Huh?
in my gelatinous gooness?
It's like sucked into his goop.
All right, Baysher's gonna reach in and take back the
Ah!
medallion that
Get your hand out
that
of me.
CX took from him. That we
Wait, if you
know nothing
drop me
about.
on, how big am I? Am I just like what I would be just in Morphe form?
Correct.
Can I like absorb the men? Like if I were to drop right on him, can I just absorb him?
You have no idea. But you don't even
You're not
You-
big, so you couldn't absorb.
you don't know where they are anyway.
I'm average
Baysra,
height of a man.
Yeah, but I mean,
Baysra, you see that he you reach into him. You can see a lot of his stuff had formed on top of him, and some of it is within him. And you specifically like, oh, there's the coin, and you literally reach your hands into. It's like sticking your hand inside pudding, like a big vat of pudding. You just stuck your.
Don't
hand
you
inside.
fucking eat me! I swear to God,
But when you pull your hand back
Tyler
out,
or Wade.
I've eaten worse recently, in fact.
when you pull your hand back out, and it's true, you leave like this. It leaves almost like a slimy residue on you. It's that all of you feels like moist and sticky. But you do pull out the coin. Aside from being a little slimy and sticky, there's not. Aside from a little bit of residue, it's not like it's globbed up or anything. You are holding the coin in your hand.
Oh, it's not the coin; it's the medallion that we thought was of bad luck. That. he
Oh,
just
his
had around
necklace!
his neck. Yeah,
You grabbed the necklace. Right
Oh,
behind
that's
it.
what you wanted.
yeah. I want it back. I'm the one who stole it.
Did
Oh.
you give it to him?
Oh my God! Your friend turns into the scoop, and you're just like, well, opportunity.
You gave it
It's
to
a
me.
fucking
I
road.
didn't
said
give
you
it, you took it out of my hand. I never.
No,
gave
you
it.
didn't want it. You gave it to me.
That's
We
true,
said
you
that-
told us
we
it was a medallion
found
of
out-
bad luck.
Yeah, what is it? I think Wade or Donk did like detect magic. Like, oh, it's
Donk
bad
did.
luck. It's not good. And then you're like, well, I don't want it. I'm like, I'll take it. And then we sacrificed someone. Then you got all sad and stuff. And walked out
Anyway,
of the house.
I wanted to grab something anyway, but I'm also gonna taste the goop that's on my arm.
Yeah. Time to get kinky.
That was Patrick's penis.
No, no.
It was my ass.
Don't
Not
yell
even
at me,
Syax
it's
is-
Baysra.
You-
Okay.
You kinky.
Ew. So you lick the you lick the goop, and it is like nothing.
Tastes like brimstone.
It's like nothing you've ever tasted before. It is.
I haven't
hor-
showered in weeks.
It is horrifying tasting, almost burning your tongue, and there is no lateral connection. You've eaten lots of things. There's no connection you can make to anything you've ever eaten like this before. It is just horrible.
All right.
Flip my coin. I dare you.
Has to attune it.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
not
so even if it's tuned to me, if he flips it, does nothing?
correct.
Anybody has to attune it. Yeah.
Can
Ah,
I Arcana check to see if I have any idea what just happened to him?
Yeah. Go ahead. You can roll Arcana, sure.
can I run Arcana check to see what happened to me?
She has no idea what happened yet because she's still flying the carpet.
No, can I?
No. We'll get to you in a minute, sir. You're just gonna sit there.
Goopy goo.
So wait. You're looking at him and you're like, well, it's some sort of polymorph.
Man, you're super smart, but can't figure that shit out, can you?
Well, I know it's a polymorph and it'll wear off after a certain amount of time. It's just a matter of how long are you going to be a useless blob.
Hey,
Mm.
I'm having
Right.
fun as a blob. Look at me jiggle.
You're about as useful as the woodsman that we traveled with that got absorbed by the demon.
What?
Can I talk as a blob?
Nope. Can't even
Aw.
perceive.
I want to be like.
Oh, so we can't understand us at all.
You cannot.
No, he's just
God.
he exists.
I thought you
I
said
believe
nothing in 5e is mindless.
You can't perceive.
So Basher's just gonna stick the medallion back in his pocket and gather up anything else that is floating around in an attempt. In an attempt to make sure that he doesn't lose anything. I'm gonna make sure it's.
In case he dies, I already called dibs.
I'm going to go ahead and say this now, Basher. I'm thinking perhaps we should return back to Thonk and the army, being as the fireball part of our plan is now gone. There are dozens of soldiers and now just the two of us.
No.
Very well. Trini, I believe we should return back.
I
Trini.
can't believe you're not even a mage.
Yes, quite.
Trini, land towards the base of this mountain. I just point.
You're going to sneak attack and kill 36 men.
No, shut your face, Vicelor. We're gonna see if he comes back.
Who? She says who comes back as she lands.
Well, look behind you.
Ah!
Waves
Who's
in,
CX?
waves in goopy form. Hey, I'm Flubber.
Yeah.
So, how far are we from where we left Thonka then?
About an hour's travel.
So, if it helps you, Scott, with our location, I chose the third mountain from the left.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Perfect.
Just since you probably know exactly where they are, I decided to go where it was wooded and hidden, and I said, "All right, third mountain from the left. Let's land."
Sounds great. And so you go there. You land, and hopefully nobody noticed you. What do you guys do when you land? How do you approach the situation? Do you just wait? Like,
I continue
Bathe
to
in my
protest, but
goopiness!
perhaps we should return and, now that there's only two of us capable of fighting.
Basher is gonna make a stealthy camp using the trees and brush to disguise it.
My familiar's gonna fly around and do perception checks.
Familiar's dead.
It's not dead.
it died.
It's a ritual summon. It's back.
Okay, so you summon it back. So your ritual summon takes 10 minutes, and you're starting to set up the camp.
I would have done it on the stupid carpet if it was done on the carpet.
And after about 10 minutes time, after the flip of the coin happened, all of a sudden, what's your face? Pat, you transform back.
I'm
However-
back!
And Basher
However-
gives him everything back.
You're naked.
I'm naked!
So you just like,
I thought perhaps you'd be a little bit more endowed.
When did we land?
so to be clear, you actually could perceive the whole time.
Oh, I can?
Yeah, you could. You saw everything that happened.
Oh, I just wanted
you
to make.
felt everything that happened, including Basher reach his hand inside of you and then lick it.
Well, I wanted to just make believe that I couldn't perceive them. They were just kind of like Charlie Brown. Wah, 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 wah.
Oh, sure. Couldn't hear
Hey,
all
so
that.
why'd you lick me? That was my toe.
No wonder it tasted like crap. Here's your
Get my
stuff.
clothes back!
I guarantee you, I still know something that tastes worse. Yes.
No.
That's indeed.
Important question. Did I see anything? Did I get any vision on where they could have been?
No.
Okay.
All right.
Does my owl that I've summoned 5 times now this episode?
Oh, it's dead.
Again?
I'm going to kill you. I'm going to fly to Boston just to kill you and fly back.
You have to find my house, motherfucker. So,
Within a mile, you should have used your spell to
and
see
everyone up there will be like, "Oh, you mean Scott? He was over there."
Wait,
I live in
why
Mass.
didn't you use your spell to see through its eyes when it flew away?
I know. I can do everything with it.
I'm messing with Wade. So he
I
summons
know.
a new one. It's searching around. We'll get to that in a second. Back to CX. CX,
All right.
you're back to normal. You can get dressed. You did not notice anything. Nothing else happened except for you turning amorphous. You do have your coin. You do have one more flip today if you wanted to.
And I'm missing a toe.
Well, your toe's just a little moist of saliva.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll dry. He's gonna finish.
Dude, did it like get sucked back out of his mouth?
I'll tell the
I
group.
licked it. I didn't eat it.
I'll tell the group. Hey, I tried doing my flippy coin, and that's why I got flippy slime. I didn't get to see anything on where it is.
Appears all of our magic
Viceroy,
items
do you
have
know where your
bad side
bird
effects.
is?
I wonder why.
Speaking of which, while they're talking and doing all that, Basher's gonna go around and make a fake tooth to fill in his other tooth with his artesian craftsman.
Yep, we discussed that beforehand.
Yep.
So CX, did you want to flip the coin one more time while he's waiting for his
No.
bird thing to come in?
No.
But it wasn't so bad.
How long did it last?
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah, fuck. I'll do it again.
Roll a
I'm
d4.
gonna be like, guys, I'm gonna be a goop again.
Oh,
No,
God.
I wouldn't do another. Oh.
Roll an odd. Roll an odd.
Car, no.
I want to see if you roll something else on the d20 if you become something else.
So all of a sudden you flip the coin and it lands on the head side, and so you just like looking
Oh,
at
the
it.
vision doesn't happen while it's flipping.
Oh,
Or
yeah, so my apologies. While it's flipping, yeah. Same as before.
Okay.
So it's like you flip it in the air, all of a sudden you feel your like mind awakens, and you almost can see something that's happening, and you realize what it is that you see. There is an ambush that's going to happen, an ambush that was already laid. They're already surrounding around where you guys have landed the carpet. They're already making their way in. You can literally, it's almost like your vision, instead of being pulled forward, it's actually pulled back. So you're like an aerial view. And you can see that they're setting themselves up. Now, they didn't expect you to land where you did, though obviously they knew you were coming. They didn't expect you to land where you did. So they're not quite in position yet. But they're definitely rushing themselves into
the
position.
one thing they're not expecting is 4 people, because when they saw us, I was a blob. Ha ha!
And so you can feel the ambush starting to happen as it's forming around you. And it's one of those things where, don't worry, Wade, your bird is totally coming back. It's totally coming
I
back.
can see through its eyes. I would know that there was an ambush. God damn you!
It's totally
All right.
coming back.
Got that out
It's
of my
like a
system.
shot out of the sky.
I wonder what happened. My 18 intelligence doesn't. My birdie must have fallen asleep.
As your bird was flying,
Since Mysore is totally useless, guys, there's an ambush coming.
it saw an arrow coming towards it, and you saw an arrow coming towards you, Wade, the bird. And
All right. Would my bow of warning already be telling me that I'm in danger?
no, because the danger's not
Not that
imminent.
close.
Okay.
So
So,
Well, you've
Uh,
already been preparing a camp to hide.
yeah.
So I'm going to have you roll me that survival check. Sorry, stealthy check.
You want me to do a stealth check?
Yes, please.
Do
Just
I
regular?
see their position from how far I've zapped out?
You did, but not well enough that you can coordinate a whole-blown attack, just enough to know that they're
I only
coming in.
see like a couple, maybe.
You see a bunch of people, just not quite where they're coming from, just enough to know that it's there. And
Okay.
you, Tyler, that's flipping amazing. You actually find enough shrubbery and whatnot to get together that, like, with a bit of an alcove, you can almost make it look like there's a small tree growing here. You guys can literally hide completely, all of you, carpet and everything, completely out of view to anybody overhead. So they either will think you're not there, and or if they do still believe you're there, they're gonna have to come down and try to find you.
Yep. So I tell everybody, just take cover. We're good. Let's hide in here. Be quiet. Be still.
I retract my, or not retract, I tell my vision that I saw.
Yep.
And then I kind of pocket my coin into my jacket pocket.
All right, let's get inside. Let's hide.
And you guys get in there, you hide, and you start preparing for the ambush that's going to happen. Apparently choosing to head on Ashram's men, Quattro e Menio, versus continuing on to the Red Keep, handling a different problem that is a.
What are you talking about? We're continuing to march to the Red Keep as well.
Yeah, Thonkus.
Yeah, we don't
Or
care.
not.
We don't care. About
They'll be able to catch up. They're on a
You
magic
already used
carpet.
My one ability I could use. I just want to go back to camp. I'm taking the carpet. I'm saying, see you guys, and I'm just heading back to camp.
No, wait, it's okay. It's okay. As you guys are sitting there, relaxing, as you guys are like hiding, waiting for the ambush to happen, Vicelor creates a whole bunch of food for. Oh, Oh, you don't have that, do you?
I'm going back to camp. They make attack opportunity. I'm
Huh,
going back to camp.
Weird. The
Fuck
spell
this. I'm
is
out.
useful twice
I'm
in
out.
one session.
I want you to
I don't
be
have
like,
that ability, Mike.
I want you to be like good in this combat, and not die like you did to the.
I'm going back.
Like,
I'm going back. Fuck you guys. I'm going home.
Ooh.
we could actually
Thunderstorm.
use you in combat
No.
for once.
Refuse.
Is that where we're leaving things for the session?
Yeah,
figured,
I was just
okay.
letting them pick.
Wait till bicker for an eternity.
Yes.
Exactly.
The rest of the night, in fact.
Well, the next session will be in 2 weeks, everybody.
Can
Since
I assume that we're
Why in 2 weeks? Who's not going to be here next week?
me, Tyler, Patrick,
What's happening next week?
E3.
What's E3?
E3 is the
entertainment?
yeah.
Scott,
the-
lose a level.
Scott would hate E3, I think.
I don't know. I like video games.
I don't know.
what
Scott
E3
would-
Right, but like, you know how
Scott would-
packed PAX East is?
Oh.
Even more than that.
Yeah.
Oh.
The LA
Now that it's
convention
open to the
center is
public, yeah, it's
fine.
gonna be a nightmare.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I'm cool with like the whole sit at a desk and play a video game thing. I'm cool with the whole like stagey thing, but like being like sardined with a whole bunch of people, it's like I'll talk to people. I want to meet people. Hi, nice to meet you.
That's why
What was
E3
the lines?
What was
E3
this?
has, I think, this year 3 hours of press access before it opens to the public, which is decent. You just got to get all your appointments in those early hours and just knock them all out.
It's just like because
The
those
issue is
places.
In when that isn't happening.
That's
But
understandable.
Those places, it's just even though the sheer size, the sheer volume of those buildings, the entire building is just filled with farts and breath. You know, that's all it is. It's just like air that has passed through someone's body. It's like it's fresh air.
There's a filtration system, Scott.
Sure. When we have thousands of people in there, a fan doesn't do the trick, man.
Fair.
You know what I mean? Like you roll up your windows and you go through your a tunnel despite all the fans in the tunnel system. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause it just doesn't do the job. You know?
Well, we'll be back in 2 weeks because of E3.
I'm also gonna be in Chicago.
And Pat's going to be in Chicago. Wait, it could be a Wade Scott solo session if you want to get some.
I'm not
Wade.
No.
Oh, just Vice Lord Trini all
Lord
day.
episode 0.
Oh,
I
yeah.
need at least 2 weeks away from Scott after tonight. I refuse.
Okay, I need 2 weeks away from
Are you
Roll
in there?
20 because of the amount of nat ones.
Yes, I agree. Thanks for watching, everybody. We're going to go around.
Let's do Viceler's backstory.
No.
Let's find out why Meisler is the way he is.
I will not be here next week.
We want that voice there. We want to hear what's the story? Why
That's-
is that voice that voice?
That may happen. That'll be up to.
Twitch.tv
There you go.
/minion777, YouTube Lord Minion 777.
Patrick, what about you?
I'm Patrick. You can find me on Twitch at Patrick Static or YouTube or any other socials.
Hell yeah. Tyler.
I'm Tyler. I'm currently taking a break from stuff to deal with personal stuff, but you can find me on twitch.tv/apocalypto_12, apocalypto_12, all over social media. And yeah, I'll be at E3. So if you see me there, be sure and say hi.
He says, I'm taking a break from stuff, going to a convention.
I'm taking a break from
I'm just kidding.
streaming and doing that.
Scott, what about you? What do you got going on this week?
And he's muted. So you can follow me over at Daleric, where I play other games. I just recently updated my schedule, so I'm sticking to it better than it was before. Currently, I have a homebrew game going on in my own homebrew. What's happening? Wait a hug. Wait.
I don't know why we lost control of this show.
Ah.
Ah, there we go. All right, I gotta do some moving on the fly real quick. Continue, Scott. Continue.
So, anyways, a homebrew world where I have stuff going on there. Maggie just announced earlier over on Margaret Cron's channel, I'm going to be playing in a Wrath and Glory campaign with a bunch of other cool people. So that's going to be super exciting. DM'd by Control Alt Frank. You know Frank from this community as well. We all love Frank. He killed Mike.
That's
Actually,
true. I'm
technically,
told.
Mike killed Frank, and then there was a recourse for it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Literally, the hammer that Mike has was carried by Frank's character in the world and all that stuff. Anyways, and there's going to be another campaign being announced soon. This is a spoiler. No, this is a sneak bit of Yeah, another campaign being announced soon, but
We'll get to that
roll
another time.
credits. Roll credits.
Roll credits. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you are a subscriber, you can watch the VOD immediately after this if you missed it. If not, it'll be up there on YouTube for free 24 to 48 hours. And if you want to make Wade eat corpse guts, you can do that by creating your own item over at our Patreon. If you want to support the show directly, you can check a link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Wait, do you guys hear that?
Watching this episode right now, it was a good one.
It was a fun one. Goodbye.
Do you guys hear that though? Do you hear that? No, wait.
The sound of peace.
Some magic.
Goodbye.
Oh my